So we are starting session 2
Woo.
of Arc 2. And last time Rita and Duncan semi-successfully snuck off the ship after Cor and Riley left to head for the palace. You have decided on your new identities, and now you're on the docks, and you've taken a lovely photo to commemorate.
Yeah.
And Duncan put on one of Rita's cloaks that she wore before, so now he has a red blazer going on. Um, okay, so yeah, on the docks you have exited. It's like late afternoon, kind of heading into evening, so things are lighting up. You can see over to one side there's like fishing boats, and there are clearly like some fishers coming in from the day's catch. You see some giant ass fish on the shore. So clearly this is like a big fishing area, right? It's the Bay of Cups. It makes sense. Um, oh my God, you also see this little cozy restaurant situation, an outdoor eatery, right at the bay, right in the sand. And across from that, I mean, adjacent to that, you see a little stand where someone is selling fishing equipment and fish. There are a couple people on the docks. Looks like it's winding down though. Travelers either leaving or coming. And it has a very lively atmosphere. As you're on the docks, you hear a couple people mention the king, because obviously he just walked by. So if there were more people here before, your impression is that they probably followed to snoop and see what the king was up to, because he does not come here very often. What would the two of you like to do?
Mm.
Mm.
When is the last time that we ate?
Oh my gosh, really good point. Did we?
Oh, did we
Oh,
just have the
we just
stew?
had stew.
Well,
Yeah,
you had like a late breakfast, early lunch stew situation. Oh, one thing I keep forgetting to mention, your horses were also on the boat. And one of the shipmates told you that your horses would be taken to the Wellington stables on the west side of the west, never eats. Yeah, on the west side of the beach, of the bay. So if you ever need your horses, you can go get them there.
Okay.
Day two. Okay, so west side of the bay, you said?
Yeah, so that would be west. Like how you would imagine it if there was a compass. It's to the
Like
left.
behind the fishes?
Yes, yeah, it's to the left over there.
Mm, I mean, I guess we should go explore and find a place to stay, right?
Yeah. There's all this pretty stuff. We should maybe go check it out.
Ooh, yeah, that sounds fun. Great idea, Duncan. I mean, no, none, none.
And Kreza.
Cressa. Yes, yes.
Cressa.
We've totally got this.
Fraser.
Cressa. Oh, are we just? Oh, I'm whispering. Rita, uh, are we friends? Are we just working together? How do we explain our why we're together?
Um, okay. Closer to the truth is probably better.
Yeah.
So we could say that we were both heading into Terra, and there was a bear that attacked us
Mm-hmm.
both, and then we just decided to keep traveling and working together,
Oh, I like that.
right?
Like that. Yeah. And then we can say that Kresa pulled a legendary sword out of a stone and defeated every noble in the land in an arm wrestling match and
Okay.
punched Philip in the face.
Hmm. I don't know about
Maybe,
that, because
yeah,
then if we say that, then they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, she was there with Rita and the king. That's crazy. So maybe we shouldn't mention
Right.
that.
Right. Maybe that was too far. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Bear.
the bear.
Can you guys
Oh.
both give me a stealth?
Oh no.
I was like, how long is he gonna let us keep going with this without a roll? But I guess we don't need to roll. Oh no. Oh, way
Okay,
to go,
not bad.
Duncan.
Yeah, alright. So, as far as you can tell, no one is paying attention to you guys. No one's looking. You're good.
God. At least Knacknut rolls decently. Jesus, Duncan can't roll for shit.
Knacknut's turning a whole new leaf. Yeah,
Yeah.
on that 20, Knacknut, you, you have managed to, oh, the sound just went away. You've managed to overcome. So, like, this guy over here kind of saw you leave the ship and was a little suspicious. But with that 20, he's been like watching you two, and he's convinced that, oh no, they're just unassuming travelers.
Okay, the angry guy in the purple
Yes, yes.
coat.
The angry guy.
All right. Well, Krisa, should we go look at shops?
Yeah, I think that sounds like a great idea. Yeah, let's go look at shops.
All right.
Just walking out that blue tail.
Just got your fresh new 10,000 note from the king. And you're like, let's go,
Oh,
let's
I
go
forgot we're
shopping.
filthy rich.
Well, you have to cash it
There
at the
we go.
bank first. Okay, so there are these guards at the end of the dock, and oh, the one in blue says, "What is your business?"
Hi, we're just some unassuming travelers who are trying to find a place to stay for the night. Also exploring. This is our first time here.
Yes.
And the red one says, "And where are you coming from?"
Oh, you know, here and there.
After so
And-
much travel, sometimes it just starts blending together at this point. We're very well traveled. As you can see, we're both pretty tan.
Yeah.
And your
We were
names.
recently on the sea, so that's where we're coming.
By the way, they're writing all this down.
Oh gosh.
Oh.
Give me a deception, both of you.
No, not a -1. Okay. Well.
Oh heck yeah! I have a +0,
Oh hell yeah.
and I got a nat 1.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay. Well. Yeah. So
Yeah,
Rita,
we-
they
Yet.
I'm dead.
they
Hold on.
know they fully know that you're lying, Larita. And
Oh god.
the blue one says, "Dishonesty will get you nowhere in the bay. You must tell us what your business is, or return to your ship and sail back from whence you came."
Right? Dishonesty. Okay. Well, we're
And
not
they
unassuming.
kind of squint at you, Duncan, like they're not sure you're being honest either, but they're like, I mean, he seems like he could be unassuming.
I'm trying to on D&D Beyond. It's such a common cantrip. I'm wondering if
Mhm.
y'all know, but guidance, it doesn't tell me what it does. It just says you touch one willing creature once before the spell ends. The target can roll D4 and add the number roll to one ability check. You know, never mind.
Oh, okay, so you could. It's like bardic inspiration, basically.
Mhm.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, it's not going to work for this
Okay.
situation.
Not this one.
By the
Oh,
way-
natural one.
These two are both elves, and they both have accents that you two are not familiar with. If you would like, you can do intelligence checks to see if you can suss out what they are. Duncan, you would roll that with advantage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would like to. I'm
Mhm.
doing. What is the? What are we
Intelligence.
rolling?
Intelligence.
Intelligence. Yeah. All right.
Excuse me. I don't know if you heard
Oh, there
that.
we are. roll.
That was a nasty burp.
Oh, okay. I'll roll another, but that's pretty good.
Oh shit, yeah. That's a
Oh.
nasty burp. Rita lies to their faces and then burps in their faces.
I'm nervous.
Okay, yeah, Duncan. So you can definitely tell. You've never heard this accent before, but since you know Elven, you can tell that this accent comes from having spoken Elven as a first language from a young age, and
Oh.
not speaking Common as often as like people do in Greater Norland, right? So basically, like if they weren't speaking to you two who are humans, they would be speaking Elvish because that's like their main language.
Oh, okay. So I want to speak in Elvish, and I want to say, excuse me, I apologize. My traveling partner and I have been riding across the ocean and encountering pirates intending to loot us, and we have had to finagle our way out of situations by telling all sorts of stories. So, after all this travel and in the heat, we have kind of lost track of our own plot. But I promise we're here to shop and to put money into the bay and then probably leave and continue our travels because we're really just traveling around and having a good time.
Okay, give me
In-
a
in Elvish.
persuasion with advantage.
Okay. Persuasion.
Rita's just gonna nod and be like, what he said.
Rita, give me a charisma.
Oh
Ooh.
god, they hate me. They hate me.
Well, I'll take the 8.
Holy shit!
Is it fancy?
You two are never getting past this time.
We're never getting it. Oh my god, you got a 0. I got another
Holy-
nat 1.
Oh my god!
That is 3 nat 1s. Like 10 minutes into the session.
Jesus.
Okay, so yeah, neither. So one of them puts their hand on the hilt of their sword, and they kind of give each other a look. And they say, and the red one says, "The two of you should turn back. We don't
And
want
April-
wayward travelers in the bay."
Um, Cresta,
Yes.
I think that we being a guard is hard work, and I'm sure it's not much pay. If we could somehow gain entry and get to the bank, we might be able to convince them if we just show them what we're capable of providing. If we can get in and get to the bank, you know, should we show them the note?
One second, and I just grab Duncan and I like get really close and just whisper to him, I don't think they like us. I don't know if that will help or make things worse.
I don't know how much of a choice we have at this point. I mean, I guess we could crawl on that bench and hop over, but I think they'd catch us.
Are you good at holding your breath? Maybe we can sneak in through the water.
Well, you can breathe underwater now.
Oh my god, I can't.
Wait, we can cause a distraction. If you go under the dock, I'll continue talking to them in Elvish, and then you cause a distraction. They'll walk over to see what it is, and then you swim back over, or you just stay over there and I'll sneak in.
So
Or we
bad.
should.
We
or we
have
should
to
them
do
the-
this. We need to do this.
Um,
Going
Oh.
so bad.
okay, wait. Oh yeah. Oh, my friend is feeling so dizzy. She may
Oh,
fall into
one
the
second.
water.
I'm
Please,
so dizzy. I'm
help her.
so dizzy.
It would look bad if a traveler
And
fell
I
into
just
the water
dive
and
in.
drowned.
I dive in.
Oh my goodness, Cressa.
the blue guard walks over and says, "Oh my goodness! 1 minute, madam. I'll call for help." And he runs down the dock.
Oh my goodness, what are we gonna do?
I've forgotten how to swim, and I dive down, and I fully just use like the whole breathing underwater thing to my advantage because I'm going to try to like pull my way out and under. I'm trying to go this way. Is what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
Because the water goes that way, right?
Yeah.
So I'm
So
trying
the
to sneak.
the guard comes back with this man, this goblin man, and the goblin jumps in after you. He
Can I
says,
stealth? Can I try to stealth?
Yeah. Give me a stealth.
Come on, not another nat one.
Let's go, Nat 1.
It's an
Okay.
11.
So,
It's still not great.
you know what? Since you can breathe underwater now, go ahead and give it with advantage, because you could just stay underwater.
Oh my gosh.
And it's like
brilliant.
dark
Thank you.
down there, so.
Oh,
Okay.
sweet.
So yeah,
man.
you
Thank
dive
you so
under.
much.
Yeah, you dive under. You're under the dock. It's completely black down there. So yeah, this goblin goes after you. He can't see a thing. He's like, "Are you sure a woman went down here? A human, you said?"
Oh my goodness.
And that elf is like, "Yes, she just dove. Certainly, she must be down there." He says, "I don't see anyone." And he just kind of waits to see if you resurface.
I'm just hanging out at like as far up as I can get to like the to the pier and just sort of just like hanging in the shadows, just being like waiting until I don't see his shadow in the water anymore, and then I'm gonna try to sneakily swim.
Yeah, so the goblin is diving after you. I'm gonna give him an investigation roll just to see how he does. Are you fucking...
What did he get?
Nat 20. You can
Oh
see it in
my
the chat. I roll in the
God.
chat. So this goblin...
You rolled a nat 20?
Yes!
No!
Yeah. So this goblin does manage to grab a hold of your ankle. It's against your 22, so he doesn't like fully see you, but he's diving, he's reaching. He grabs your ankle. What do you do?
I am going to make my leg as stiff as possible and like shove it up against the pier so he thinks it's a rock or something. I'm just gonna like get
Okay.
as rock hard as I can.
Give me a strength.
Okay. Aw, baby, why? Come on.
Okay,
Well,
that'll be an oppose, so I'll give him a strength roll too. Also, he'll be disadvantaged because he can't breathe underwater and you can. Okay, swing on a 7. So yeah, you beat him.
oh, thank God.
And he kicks away and he resurfaces up here. Duncan, you see him and he says, "I can't find anything down there."
Oh, she's dead. Sir, please. She's dead. What can you do to help that would get you away from this position right here?
Give me another deception, Duncan.
I'm gonna start swimming this way. I don't see a shadow anymore, so I'm just gonna go this way.
Well.
Okay. Did you say that last thing in Elvish?
No, that was under my breath in common to myself.
No. The last thing you said to the guard, was that in Elvish?
Oh, the whole thing. Yes,
Yeah.
Elvish.
Okay, he's gonna narrow his eyes at you and say, "Well, if your friend truly is lost at sea, I suppose you'd better run into town and find a healer of some sort, a cleric or a
Yes.
fae."
Thank you so much, and thank you for trying to help find her. I really appreciate it. I really enjoyed the bay so far, except for the part when my friend fell into the water and possibly drowned.
And what? And the blue, who was clearly not buying it, who was like very suspicious, still says, "We never did get your names."
I am Naknud, the ranger.
Nakna the ranger, and your now dead companion.
Yeah, I hear that the guard duty's been hard because there's an infestation of a plant in the middle of the town, and there's need of help of rangers. I'm Naknud the ranger.
No, certainly not in the middle of town. We would all be dead, but off in the historic district, yes. You are not
Yeah,
familiar with these
exactly.
parts at all, are you, Naknad?
No, no, not at all. That's why I need to explore myself
Then
inside.
how is it that you come to know Elven, if I may ask?
Well, in my travels, I've met many elves, and I love the elvish people and the language, and they've taught me because I'm a good listener.
And the red one says, were you not going to find a medic for your drowned companion?
Yes, I was, but the blue one decided to interrogate me a little more. So I didn't want to be rude and walk away. That's why I'm really nice in that once I leave, you're both going to forget about all of this, which is really great. Can I go?
The red one waves a hand and says, be off.
Oh, thank you.
Rita, what's your game plan? Are you staying within the water there, or what are you doing?
My plan, but I can't move her for whatever reason. Hold on, let me refresh it. 'Cause
Oh,
I've
you
been
might
trying to
be
move her.
stuck here because you're not technically supposed to be able to go into that water. I don't think. Here, I'll move you. I'll move. So you're still in the water, but you can move her now. So where are you trying
Okay.
to go?
My plan was to get all the way over here to the bridge and then peek my
Okay.
head out to see what the situation was with Duncan before trying to create
Okay.
a distraction.
Yeah. So you're in that little stream. You peek your head up, Duncan. What are you doing on the bridge?
Oh, well, I don't want to draw attention to that, so I'm going to stand. I don't know where Krysa is gonna pop up, so I'm gonna just like stay right here and kind of like look in this direction, waiting, but trying not to seem too suspicious.
Okay. Krasa, when you pop up, do you like wave at him or?
Wave at him.
Okay.
Like-
I'm gonna say that you noticed this, Duncan.
Okay, I because I changed into these clothes, do I have other clothes that I could provide since Krysa is going to be soaking wet?
I mean, you have your green cloak. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to come over here and smell the flowers. Excuse me, sir. Smell the flowers.
The man, who is a very tall human, not an elf, you notice,
Yeah.
turns to you and says, "Oh, hello, young man. Are you to be seated next at this wonderful restaurant? If you are, I
I
highly suggest the grilled trout. It is absolutely superb."
Superb. I will get that. Before I eat, I always like to smell some flowers to get my palate ready, and that's what I was about to do. Excuse me. I'll let you continue with your meal.
Most excellent, most excellent.
Okay, and then I'm dropping the green cloak on the ground. Maybe as a towel too. Maybe so that because the hair is going to be pretty visible as wet. So, anyways, I drop it on the ground and I look at it like very firmly to like signal for Kraysa that she can pick it up.
Let me see if I have something we could give her. Cloak. Cape? What about this? You can pick that up, Rita.
Ooh.
Wait.
There you
Oh.
go. Oh my god, and she picks up a fern.
You know what? I meant to do that.
Yeah. Okay.
I
So
pick
now
up
you're
the
a
cloak,
moving bush.
and then I crawl over towards the fern. Hold on. Let's say I'm over here, and I'm just hiding behind this bush while I'm drying myself off.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you gotta give me a stealth.
I know. I figured. 18.
Okay, great. Yeah, no one notices you. You successfully
God.
get into your cloak and dry off, and you're good.
All right.
I set down the fern.
That's how we do it.
I think you put things down with X. There you go.
Oh. I moved your fern, I'm sorry.
Great.
I'm just gonna come up from over here.
This man, who seems to be like the waiter, comes over to you two and says, Can I help the two of you? Do you have a reservation for Omar's Sea Eatery?
Sea eatery. That sounds great. And then, Crust is just like, oh crap! Wait, I didn't want to talk because she like gets really excited about the sea eatery and then like stops herself and looks over at Naknut and is just like,
We do. We yeah, reservation for 2, please.
Uh, what names was this reservation made under?
It was under Naknud the Ranger. I sent a messenger. I hope that she was able to get here safely and to give the note.
Give me a deception.
Oh,
He checks his list and he says, I do not see these names, and he does not believe you at all. He
Oh
says,
my god.
I know that it is tempting to lie your way into a seat at the finest establishment in the bay, but as you are newcomers, I should inform you that, first of all, I saw you coming from the dock just now. Though I'm not sure where this young woman came from. I saw you, young man, coming from the dock just now. And, this is, as I said, Omar's Sea Eatery, the finest restaurant in all the bay, and reservations have to be made months in advance. So if you would like to put your names down now, I could put you on the calendar for late winter.
Oh,
well, I guess you're too fancy for us, and that's fine. We'll go spend our money elsewhere.
yeah.
You would not like a reservation then?
For winter?
I do not know how long you intend to be in the bay, but time passes quickly here.
Okay, is it winter yet?
One of the restaurant patrons snaps at him like, Garçon, and he's like, I'll let you two mull it over, but please refrain from annoying our guests. And he leaves.
He kind of annoyed me.
Well, I guess we're not going to eat any seafood, Graysa.
Yes,
As you're standing there moping,
yeah,
this-
we really are though.
this very short elf comes out from behind the counter, and he says,
Oh, he's so handsome.
Young man, did I hear you say to the guards at the dock that you are a ranger?
In Elvish, I say, yes, sir.
I have the most horrible tale of woe. And if you could do me one favor, I could perhaps get you and your companion, your rather wet companion, seats sooner than months from now. This is my establishment. I am Omar.
Oh, is he saying this in common?
No, he's saying this in Elvish.
Oh, okay.
I
So then,
definitely didn't hear the dig about me being wet.
I will turn to Krysa and say, he says, this is Omar. He owns the restaurant.
Oh. It's very fancy.
I tell him in Elvish, my traveling companion compliments your restaurant and says the food looks very fancy. What is this this request you have?
He turns to Rita and gives a slight bow and says, Thank you, humble lady. Oh, in common, he says this. And he says,
Oh.
'Twas never meant to be such a fancy establishment, but when one makes the best food tasted by mortals in this realm, such things are bound to happen. It was meant as a humble stand for fish, and now this is my life, serving the gentry, the noble, who care more for the way they eat food than the taste of the food.
Oh, yeah. I understand that. We've dealt with quite a few nobles. They're an odd sort. No offense.
I am not noble myself. You pay me no offense. In any
Rita,
case.
sorry, for a moment, Rita's relieved that he thought she meant him because she definitely meant that towards Duncan, forgetting that they're supposed to be other people. And it's just
Okay.
like, oh crap, okay, that went well.
He turns to Duncan again and says, Ranger, my cat has disappeared.
Oh no.
He is of the sort mostly black, with a white snout and stomach and paws.
Okay.
And he was my best companion these past few years. And I'm afraid I may have put him on a diet. And he has abandoned me. But it was for his own good. You understand?
Yes, a cat, a diet, he ran away. Black cat, white paws. I understand.
If you can return this cat to me, whose name is Caspian, then I shall let you eat at my restaurant every night for a week, free of charge.
Oh my goodness. You know, what about just one night, and that is tonight, and then we'll go get the cat because it's hard to find a cat named Caspian if you don't have a full belly.
I'm afraid my tables are already full tonight, and if I were
Oh,
to
that-
turn a noble from their seat, I might end up in prison in the Royal District.
That's true. I don't want that to happen to you. Okay, we'll find the cat.
Thank you, travelers. Best of luck.
Thank you, Omar.
He goes back to cooking up some grub.
So what do we do?
We gotta find a cat.
Oh, okay.
We gotta find a cat named Caspian, and he's a black cat. And well, Omar put the cat on a diet, and the cat was mad, and so the cat ran away.
Oh,
But he's a black cat with white paws, and we gotta find him.
okay.
And then if we do, he's gonna let us eat here for a week free of charge.
Oh, nice. That would be really
Cool.
good. Oh, and if we eat here, there's a lot of nobles here. Maybe we can find a way into that place.
That's smart.
I'm gonna ask you to always talk first because
Oh,
clearly I'm not doing great in that area. People don't like me, and that's okay.
oh, I don't think that's true.
Um, I'm still pretty wet right now because.
Well, that is
ours-
true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fine.
there is a puddle at your
Oh,
feet.
shit.
That's kind of why I've been slowly stepping back. Not because
Oh.
you smell.
Oh,
Well,
do
a
I
little bit.
smell?
Oh,
Dang.
well, no, it's because we're so close to the fish.
Oh, see, okay,
Um.
that's good. Thank you for the cloak, by the way.
Of course.
I will say that as you two are like getting a good look at this restaurant crowd, you notice there are tieflings. You know what tieflings are. You have
What's a tiefling?
very rarely seen them in person because there aren't really any in Greater Norland. Like Rita, in your travels, you might have seen one or two on your ship. Maybe there was even a crew member who was a tiefling. I'm not sure, but
It was.
to see like several just like hanging, like it's weird to you guys. It's like, oh, there are like other magical creatures here.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've probably met one other tiefling other than Cressa in all of my travels.
Oh,
I don't think
Cressa
I've
is a
met
tiefling.
anyone- Yeah, Cressa is a tiefling.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't think yeah. I know what they look like. I mean,
Yeah.
generally.
Yeah, but you very well could have never seen one, Duncan.
Oh, okay. Cressa, there's tieflings here.
Cool. I've only
I
ever
won't-
really known one. A lot of different types of people here, huh?
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh, nice. I feel like we're
Yeah.
supposed to hate this place, but it's really cool so far.
So far, except for the guards and that mean man on the dock and the goblin that chased after you. And
Well, the goblin was probably trying to help a woman from drowning,
yeah, that's true. I guess that's true.
but the guards did suck. They were very rude.
Yeah.
As you guys are standing there, the waiter shoots you a glare like, "What are you still doing here?"
Oh my god.
Let's go.
Battle.
So rude.
Hello.
Hi.
The shopkeep, who is kind of like putting stuff away, looks like maybe he's getting ready to close up for the night, says, "Oh, oi, hello there. Interested in any fishing gear? We have spears, hooks, rope, plenty of bait."
I don't really know how to fish.
Do you want to learn? We could try. I mean, we probably can't get too close to those guards anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's true.
Maybe some other time. Thank you. It's
All
a
right.
nice shop you got here.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, miss.
Yeah. That anchor up there is really firmly held to that roof. It's you know.
Oh yes.
That's impressive.
My great grandfather was a captain of a mighty sailing ship.
Ooh.
That was the anchor on that boat. The Miranda, it was called after my great grandmother. I'm sorry, I must be boring you. Have a pleasant evening.
Okay. Bye. Oh, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Have you seen a black cat?
Are you referring to Omar's missing cat?
Yep.
Yes.
No, I have no idea where that beast went, but he was constantly stealing fish from me, so
Hmm. Yeah.
pardon
Oh.
me if I'm not grieving the loss quite as deeply as he is. He put the cat on a diet. It's, cats only want one thing. It's food.
That's fair.
Oh. The Caspian liked the fish at your stall.
Caspian liked all the food everywhere. And Omar used to make special dishes for Caspian. He spoiled him rotten. And then, when he put him on a diet, you know, Caspian was there for one thing.
Oh.
It was not love.
Oh, wow. Ouch.
Grace, I think we should probably get one of those special dishes to lure Caspian.
Oh, that's a great idea. We should do that. Do you think you can ask Omar for one of those special dishes? Because that waiter does not want us anywhere near the restaurant.
I can try to run over and ask really quickly.
Okay. I'm gonna see if I can find out anything about any like tap or like inns or anything.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, Duncan, as you're approaching the restaurant, you notice that Omar's up front doing some like prep work and like dishing things. The actual cook seems to be this woman, in the back. She's like actually cooking food back there.
Okay. By the cabbage.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Excuse me.
She looks up briefly from her work, which she's clearly very focused on, and says, "Yes."
So Omar asked me to find his cat, and I heard that the cat likes a very special dish. Do you think I could get one of those dishes so I could lure the cat with it?
Uh, she kind of rolls her eyes and says, "Oh, I guess I could cook one up. Give me a minute."
Okay.
And she grabs some other ingredients, and in about 2 minutes, Duncan, you have never seen someone chop like this. Like, it is like, she is a master. She is a pro.
Ooh.
And she produces this, oops. She know you picked it up.
Oh, shit! Where did it go?
To your inventory.
Oh my
Hold
god.
hold on, you're good. You can bring it back out and then drop it. I was just gonna label it dish for Caspian, so you knew what it was.
I pressed X. I don't see it in my inventory though. Oh wait, maybe this is it. No, that's my my crossbow. All right, I got it back. I don't have a dish.
Okay.
Oh, is it this?
Did you find it? Oh,
Right here.
you must have put it down on the. Did you put it down on the table?
I don't know, unless it was already there.
You're just serving people. She's like, what the fuck? Okay, hold on. Let me. Come on, I just want to edit the screen. Okay. Dish for Caspian. Okay. So if you pick it up now,
Oh,
and then if you go to your inventory and you click on it there, it'll go in there. Do you have it?
thank you so much.
Okay,
yes.
great. Okay, she's like, no problem. I hope you find Caspian. My father is quite, well, you know, you've seen how he is about it.
Oh, I understand. Thank you.
Oh, and just so you're aware, he has solicited about every ranger in the county on this task. So if someone finds Caspian first, obviously you will not be given the reward.
Oh, if I don't find Caspian first.
You are, however, the first one to have thought of asking for the dish that Caspian likes best. So I'd say your chances are pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna do this. Thank you so much. I'm Naknud, the ranger, by the way.
Hello, Naknud. My name is Chia.
Nice to meet you, Chia. I'll let you get back to work. Oh,
One other thing you know, Duncan, is Chia is like probably around your age.
oh,
Like she's not just short, she is young, and she's just slaving away in this kitchen for her father.
oh my god.
And I mean, she seems to enjoy it, but it's like, you know, she is a kid like you.
Wow. I'm saying this to her. I don't think I'll ever be as good at anything as you are at cooking. This is pretty incredible.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
And then she goes back to chopping intensely.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Rita, what have you been doing over here? Oh my god, the glaive.
Yeah, I forgot. I realized that my glaive was gone. So.
But you got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, great.
Sorry, I fucked up.
You're
I
good.
think over here, I've just been talking to the guy.
Mhm.
I probably asked for his name.
Okay, he was at Asaf.
Asaf. So I was just talking to Asaf.
Okay.
I complimented him on his hat, and I asked him if he knew any good places to stay.
Yeah, he would say, oh, well, most travelers who come through here end up staying at the Rainy Days Inn. It's up in the city center. The path to city center is actually back by the dock, right across from the restaurant. I don't know where you guys are headed. You might be headed to the stables, so that, and in which case you're going the right direction. But if you're trying to get into town, you want to go back across the restaurant, up that path. That'll get you into town. The Rainy Days Inn is there. That's where people stay.
The inn has a stable.
The inn has a limited horse space. Usually it's all full,
Okay.
but
Well, it might be a good idea for us to leave our horses at the stables.
oh yes, they're very well taken care of at the stables. The Wellington stables. If you've been traveling Terith, you might know that the Wellington family has stables in every region, and they are the best equestrians in the land, as far as anyone can tell.
Yep, I've heard of them.
Okay.
Rita's just like, oh, fuck. I forgot. It's like that meme. For a moment, I was so enraptured and being out at sea that I forgot the mistakes of my last evening. And wait. Oh god. Yeah, she's probably blushing right now. It's just like fuck. Hi, Naknod. Okay, so how'd it go? You got the food? Sounds
Yeah,
like.
I got it. We got it.
Okay, so we're going the wrong way.
Oh, okay.
We need to go into the city to uh go to the rainy days inn,
Okay.
and then maybe the cat will be in the city. It doesn't look like it's around here anywhere.
No, I don't see a cat anywhere. Um,
You guys can
yeah.
you can do an investigation for me if you want to like actually look around,
Okay.
Yeah.
just like this general area.
Oh my god.
All
Oh, okay.
right.
Yeah,
We're
well.
bad detectives already.
Yeah, so you don't see anything.
I like that our roles have been pretty consistently similar.
I know. Y'all are really of one mind this session.
Yeah, we're on the same wavelength. Oh gosh.
Well, I guess are we gonna head into town or?
I guess we should, unless you wanted to go to the stables for any reason.
No, I bet haircuts enjoying being on land instead of at on the rocky boat, just getting his sand legs. You
His
know.
sand legs.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's go back, and I'm going to try to hide my face just in case the guards look over in our direction. No big
Okay.
deal.
Yeah, we can go around maybe. Try to.
Oh, smart.
Ugh.
Oof.
Excuse me, sir.
Excuse me.
All right.
All right. Did you attempt to hide your face from the guards, Rita?
Yup.
Go ahead and give me that stealth.
Oh gosh. So many stealth rolls and a nat
Ooh.
20.
Okay, great. Yeah, you sneak by completely undetected.
Oh gosh.
All right. Do we travel? Do we
Go
take
ahead and
the
travel.
T?
So
All
cool.
right. So, you come upon the city center of the Bay of Cups. There's a lot of water going on. You've left the beach, you've left the ocean, but there's this lake in the middle which seems to. The weird thing about the water in the Bay of Cups is we have these like streams, but you can't tell if the water is coming from this lake and going to the ocean or if it's the other way around. There's this sort of like flowy indecisiveness almost. And you can't quite tell. Like the water could be springing from a spring in this lake for all you can tell. Like you really don't know.
Mm.
Um, you have
Can I try
this.
to taste it?
Oh, oh, go for it.
Sorry, this is random, but I'm just like,
Yeah.
water's weird. Is it even salt water? Yeah. So
You taste it. It is fresh.
weird, Duncan.
What's going on? Why did you drink the water?
Well, because it's strange, right? Because you can't really tell if the water's coming from the lake into the ocean, or if it's going from the ocean into the lake, and the water looks a little off.
Oh.
So I was wondering if it was even salt water or like a spring or something. So I was just curious. I thought I'd
Oh.
taste it, but it tastes like fresh water.
Well, that's
Yeah.
weird. Cause
It tastes like really good fresh water. Like probably the like given the time period we're living in, probably the best water you've ever tasted that wasn't like purified by a cleric. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, and also it gives you this like you feel melancholy.
oh,
Hmm. Yeah, I relay that to Duncan. I'm just like, it's a little weird, isn't it?
what?
The water. I mean, it's almost as good as like water purified by a cleric. Also makes me feel a little like, I don't know, wistful, melancholy, something.
Melon?
Uh, it's like when you miss something.
Melancholy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm. I don't know how to spell it, so I can't help you there. But
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
So
it's sad water.
Yeah, it's sad water. Isn't that weird?
Wow.
at the
Unless
edge
I'm
of
just
this
feeling
lake,
sad. I don't think I'm feeling sad.
there's an offering statue which has a lot of offerings. Um, so clearly this is some kind of like sacred lake pond. Across on one side you see another little restaurant which looks a lot less exclusive. In fact, one of the crewmates, Leandra, one of the orcs from the ship, is there eating right now. You notice her right away. So yeah, the town center seems to have first these like carpet shops, so like there are like carpets put out on the stone, and people have like these outdoor shops set up, and there's people around buying, talking. And then further back, you can see that there are buildings that seem to be more shops. And then on the right side, behind the lake, you see that there is a big building with the inn sign on it. So you assume that's the inn
Hmm.
everyone's been referring to.
I'm sorry, Jamie. We just need a moment to appreciate this map. Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
It's so gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. You can see the whole thing, so feel free to scroll around as much as you'd like, because there's nothing obscuring your view or anything.
Yeah.
There are these three trees around the pond. One of them is notably dead, and it's like stands out like a sore thumb because it looks like it's been dead for a very long time, and yet it is still there for some reason.
What about this fourth one? This thing that's like bending into the lake.
That is a giant root.
Okay.
So you're not sure what the origin is, but yeah, it's slurping up some water, evidently.
Hmm.
And
Carissa, should we?
Cool.
Oh,
I was just gonna say, and the blue designs on the stones pulse slightly with magic, so there's definitely just like magic emanating from every water source in this place. Sorry, go ahead, Nakna.
oh, well, okay. Carissa, we should. I was taught in the temple that we should honor the traditions of locals. We should probably leave something here. People will probably notice if we do.
Okay, yeah. I think that's fair. Um, it looks like people are setting out money. Should we leave gold? We can.
Yeah, I say we can. I'm gonna drop 5 gold.
Okay, I'll do the same.
All right, you guys leave behind 5 gold.
Where the hell is my? Oh, there it is.
So as you're doing this, you can both answer this. Are you doing it as like a gesture of genuine, like, you know, greetings to the land, or is it more performative? Like you're like, does anyone see us doing this?
I'm doing like Knacknut is Duncan's doing like 75% honoring the land,
Okay.
25% maybe people will see it.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I think Cressa's in the same boat. Because as soon as
Okay.
like Knacknud mentions that, it's just like, yeah, that makes sense. That seems polite and like the right thing to do. We should do
Okay,
the
why
right
don't
thing.
you both give me little performance checks then?
Mm,
All right.
oh, nice. It's not bad.
Okay, yeah,
We
great.
really are rolling similar. It's so crazy.
Yeah, so you both look pretty good as you respectfully drop the coins into the pile. And yeah.
Hey. So, what should we do, Crisis? Should we go to the inn? Should we check out some of these shops here?
Well, should we set down our things first? I mean, I'm still pretty wet.
Yeah,
Oh, could be a good idea for me to change before we go talking to people.
I agree.
But then we should go check out all the shops and all the things that are here, I think. 'Cause we could probably also ask people if they've seen a cat.
Yeah, I want to make some. I want to make some new friends. There's so many people here.
True. Yeah, we should make some new friends. Because we don't know anything about this place, right?
No, just that there's a missing cat and that the guards are grumpy.
Yeah. Man, they're so grumpy. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's go to the inn first. We'll set down our things. We'll tell the skeletons to behave, and then I'll change my clothes, and then we'll go out and make some new friends.
That's smart.
Um,
Yeah.
so the skeletons have started a quiet conversation with each other in their bag, and if you listen in, you can hear that it's Lucky is telling Skelly, like, it's like peeking out once in a while and telling Skelly, like, everything that's changed since he was alive here.
Ooh.
So they're just having, like, a reminiscing conversation.
I can barely move. What is happening?
Did you get over the root?
Oh, I got
Here.
it. I got it.
You got it?
There we
Okay,
go.
great.
Yeah.
Did we
Sorry.
pick up any little facts about this area?
Yeah, so Skelly is, Lucky is saying, Oh, when I was a young man here, this whole area hadn't been developed yet. Certainly this lake was here. It was considered a very sacred pilgrimage to come here, but this whole place has become a city that's so interesting that they would build shops and everything around the sacred lake. I'm not sure about that.
Oh, a pilgrimage, huh? That's pretty cool.
The lake is sacred.
Yes, I myself once made the pilgrimage here. It was one of the finest experiences of my life, and now it seems people just loiter about at the sacred lake. It's interesting.
Is there anything that we should do while we're here?
Uh, I know of nothing except for what's to the west of here. This is all newly developed, at least from my time.
Oh, well, I mean, with the lake, was there anything once you finished the pilgrimage? Did you swim in it? Did you drink the
Oh,
water?
we simply sat at its base and contemplated our existence and our emotions.
Oh, okay, that's enough. Thank you.
Okay, that's
This Duncan, how loudly did you say? Is there anything we should do?
Um, I would say if they're in the bag, I had to be like a little over inside voice.
Okay, so this woman, this blonde woman standing with this tray of this like whole counter of cups, golden goblets in front of her, hears you and says, Oh, there is so much to be done here in the bay. Thank you for asking. Where are the two of you coming from? Would you like to buy a golden chalice as an offering in the temple district? There are many gods to make offerings to in the temple district, of course, and what better than a golden cup in the Bay of Cups?
Um,
Can
well,
I do a perception check to see if those are actually golden cups?
Yeah, go for it. How do you just look at them, or do you touch one, or what do you do?
Yeah, I think I go up and I like touch one.
15? Yeah. As far as you can tell from like your time at sea and like, examining metals in general, that kind of work, they are real. They're not only
Oh,
real,
thank
but they
God.
have real gemstones around the cup part.
Did he open
Hmm.
like that? Oh my gosh,
She doesn't look worried.
that's insane.
um, well, I'm Naknud,
Oh, Naknad.
and
Good to meet you.
yeah, and these are pretty cool. We're actually just going to the inn to set our stuff down. We've had a pretty wild day so far, but we might come back and check out these cool cups you've got.
Oh, well, wonderful. I must say, there is supposed to be an exciting announcement happening in the Temple District as we speak, so it might be a good time to go and buy your chalice while you have the chance. I'll be closing up in just a couple minutes.
Minutes. Maybe we should buy one now.
Yes, the
How
sun
much
will
are
be
your
setting.
how much are your chalices, and what do we do with it?
You simply offer it at whichever temple moves you, or if you already have a god that you pray to, There are a steal at 50 gold each.
Okay, so I have a the five of swords says I have permanent advantage on perception checks,
Mm-hmm.
and then in parentheses it says you're better at telling if someone is
Mm,
lying.
mm-hmm. You want
So
to give
can
me a
I do it?
perception?
Yeah, I'm gonna do two. Let's see. Ooh, gorgeous.
Okay.
I'll take another one though, just in case. All right, I'll take the
22.
I'll
And
take the
you-
22.
And you want to find out if these are actually worth 50 gold.
Yeah, if they're worth 50 gold, yeah.
Okay. Um,
Whoops.
so from the way she nice strength. So from the way she says it, your impression is on that 22 that these are really no. Rita's running off.
Oh,
Your impression.
I'm trying so hard.
oh
I don't know what to do.
God.
Impression is these are
Okay, I got it. I got it.
these are really nice cups. Like they are like good craftsmanship, good materials. They're probably worth like 40 gold. Not 50 maybe.
Oh well, that's good because the banknote I have has plenty, but I only have 45 actual gold on me.
Okay.
Um, so okay, I'm gonna say, oh, I really want one, but I only have 35 gold on me.
Sure. Give me a deception.
Ooh,
Okay, yeah. She says, well, seeing as you are first time travelers to the bay, I suppose I could part with one for 35, just this once.
okay. And yeah, I
All right,
slide 35 gold onto the
All right, you can grab a cup then.
minus 35, remove. All right, let me see. Pick up.
And she turns to you, Rita, and says, and you, miss.
It's a little steep for my purse, unfortunately.
Very well. Well, I hope the two of you enjoy your stay at the bay. We are very happy to have you here.
Thank you.
Thanks. And thank you for being so accommodating. It's
Yes.
appreciated.
Feel free to come to me with any questions you have. I am an expert guide.
Well, now that you mention it, by any chance have you seen a black cat with white paws?
Oh no, are you referring to Omar?
I'm. I think the cat's name is different.
Omar being the restaurant owner, his missing cat.
Yeah, his missing cat. Yeah.
Yes, he has been telling everyone all over town for weeks. I don't believe his cat is ever returning, I'm afraid.
Oh.
I don't mean to be rude, but over there's a bar with what looks to be like a cat, a tall cat on two legs.
Oh, are you referring to Albert, the tabaxi?
Oh, I
Have
was,
the two of
but
you never come across a tabaxi? How delightful. You will find many of them in our fair kingdom.
oh, okay.
Oh, that's cool.
They are
Very good
cat
news.
folk. They are not, however, the animal cat.
Oh.
I see.
Okay.
Albert
clears
is
some
our
things up.
resident potion seller here in the city center. He is
Potion.
a delight and a very talented brewer.
Oh, well, we'll have to talk with Albert.
Yeah, that sounds great. Okay. Well, thank you for your help. I appreciate it. And if you do happen to see the cat at all, we'll be at the inn.
Oh, very well. I will send word. What were your names?
Cressa, and this is Naknud.
Very nice to meet the two of you. Are you from the Kingdom of Swords?
Not originally. No. We've been traveling for quite some time.
Hmm.
We started at the Isle of Wands and then through the Kingdom of Swords, and
Oh,
from Wait
are
came
you
here.
perhaps from Wayland then? Surely you're not from Greater Norland.
Mm.
Can I get an insight check on her?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, and because JT just mentioned that card, I just remembered that I have a card that gives me advantage on insight. So
Here
this
we
is
go.
great. Where is my insight check? Oh, there. Well, it's the first one, 15. Okay, 15.
Okay, so what are you trying to figure out?
I'm just trying to figure out if saying that we're from Greater Norland is a
Hmm.
bad idea.
Okay, so you don't pick up any negative connotations from her about Greater Norland. It's more that she's like, we never get people from Greater Norland. So
Okay.
if anything,
So
you're from.
do I think it would make us stick out quite a bit?
Yeah, I mean, she sounds like she's very incredulous of the idea of you being from there. So if you were from
Right.
there, you would assume she would be very surprised.
Right. Okay. Um yeah, no, the Isle of Wands. That's where we're from.
Oh, you are humans who were born and bred in the Isle. How wonderful. I suppose that is becoming more and more common. And certainly not here in the Bay of Cups, but the Isle is a very different place nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah.
Uh,
I
and
think so.
kind of carrying over that check you did, Rita, there's definitely prejudice there. Um,
Oh, crap.
about
Maybe I
like
shouldn't say we're from the Isle of Wands.
just about like how the Isle has changed. You're assuming
Yeah.
since they have a half human, royalty now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been really illuminating. Our travels have really given us a greater sense of the rest of the of well all the other kingdoms, right? So it's been interesting
Yeah.
getting all these different viewpoints than the ones that we grew up with, which is not technically a lie.
Yes, well, I think you will find that here in the Bay, we honor tradition, and that
Right.
there is value in that.
No, tradition sounds great.
I find it to be so, yes.
Well, I appreciate your time and your help very, very much. I mean, we both do.
Yeah.
We'll be sure to check out the Temple District, and thank you again.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Bye.
As you're passing these two people who are standing by this temple statue, you can see past this that um, the the architecture and stuff gets more stark and like temple-y. So the temple district is over there, obviously, and these two people right here are talking, and the woman says to the man, "Oh, I hope we didn't miss the announcement."
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, yes.
Um, do you think we have time to drop our bags before the announcement?
No, I believe it's happening now. And they're like
Oh,
rushing in.
Kreisa.
Oops.
Yeah, Naknut, it sounds like we should go there first. At
Yeah.
the very least, so we know what's going on in the city while we're here.
Yeah. It's okay. I promise you don't smell.
I'd forgotten about that. Okay.
Um,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Okay,
we're good.
yes. Feel free to teleport to the temple district. Oh, man. Where is my. Oh, there it is.
I just had like a very like teenage girl moment of like, oh my god,
I
smell.
smell.
Oh
Oh,
my
there's
god.
a lot of people, Kreisa. There's a lot of
Okay,
people.
so yeah,
Really-
as
really
you walk
crowded.
into the temple district past these like stone temples, it is loud as hell in here. All right. Let me let me turn that down a little. Um so yeah, there are a ton of people gathered. Um and they're all facing this center pond with like the river around it. It's like a pond with a moat. There's a lot going on. And you notice in the temple district there is some sand spread around. So like everything is very like the architecture and everything's very stark. It's all gray, stone. But then in the center here, there's some sand. And it seems a little out of place. Like you're not quite sure why that would be the choice, but it is there. Everyone in the temple district is buzzing and facing this one elven woman who is standing in front of the pond in the center with a lantern. She is extremely tall, long hair. This just very glowing presence. She's just standing there silently. You can do any kind of checks you want, or you can just hang out and wait.
I want to do a religion check to see if I'm familiar with any of the traditions I'm seeing.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Okay, hell yeah. So, that's an 18, right? So, the temple you are right outside of, you recognize the symbol on the pillar, is the temple of Lathander. So,
Okay.
you also notice that it has a ton of offerings. The offering statue outside is like spilling over with gold.
Right.
You notice that across the way, there is what seems to be an absent space that's covered in sand, so there's no temple there yet. But your impression from looking at that is that maybe that land is being blessed for what's gonna be put there.
Okay.
Above that, there is another temple, the one with the hourglass pillar.
Mhm.
You do not recognize that one.
Okay.
So you're not sure what god that is. Above the Lathander temple, there's a symbol that you do recognize. You know that this is the god of endurance, the one that you know the high cleric serves. So
Right.
that's him. And then at the northmost point of this part of the district, there are two buildings that both seem to be for the moon goddess, who you know is Selene.
I see. The one behind Lathander's is endurance.
Yes, and let me look up what that god's name is again. It's in Kor's lecture. Ilmater. Ilmater. I'm not sure how you
Yeah.
pronounce that. But yeah, so there's Lathander, Ilmater. You don't know who the Hourglass God is. And then Selene. You notice
Selene?
that the moon god.
Yeah.
You notice that Selene also has a shit ton of offerings, but hers are more like organic, like there's a lot of flowers over there. There's also a moon glaive, Rita, which you would notice, propped up against the wall by Selene's temple. And yeah, no one has as many offerings as Lathander, so Lathander is like the dude here, as you know.
Lathander's life?
Yes, Lathander's the life god.
Life,
Um,
moon, endurance. Alright.
Yes. But Selene also is looking pretty stacked. Like, she's clearly also very beloved here.
I see.
Oh, and also just like doing a religious check here, Duncan, you can sense that this place is top tier, like spiritual, like a very good place to come and pray and like contemplate. You also get the sense though that especially like around the Lathander temple, maybe something is a little corrupted.
Ooh.
Well, you don't get, like,
Magically so?
No, more like something is because you know you're familiar with Lathander. He's one of the cycle gods, right? So there's Lathander, Mercule, and Aegis.
Right.
Life, the path, and death. And in your experience of Lathander, it's more focused on like organic, like plants and like blooming and like you know what I mean. Whereas this is just like stone and gold, right? So that there's something a little off about that to you. And you notice that Selene is getting a little bit more of that attention. Like if you can see past her time, you can see like glimpses past the temple, and you see that maybe there's like a garden back there. So, yeah, it's just you've never seen Lathander being worshipped in such a like kind of conservative way. So that
Uh,
kind of catches your attention.
okay, so I want to tell
Mhm.
Rita those things.
Oh,
What I noticed.
yeah, that's interesting. Um, can I roll a religion check to see if I even recognize any of these gods?
Yeah, go for it.
18.
Okay, so you recognize Lathander.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna say you don't recognize the endurance god.
Okay.
You do, however, recognize the time. The hourglass is Kronos, the god of time.
Oh.
And the god of time is like semi-important to sailors, right?
Uh-huh.
So that's what you know about him.
Yeah.
And also, he's not widely known in Greater Norland, which is why Duncan didn't know about him specifically. And he's even he's pretty obscure even to you, Rita. But here they have a whole temple to him, so that's interesting. And you also recognize Selene. Not only because it's like the moon, so that's a very obvious symbol, but you were talking to one of the shipmates, and she had mentioned that there was like a big
Oh.
Selene presence here. So you're like, oh, yep, there it is.
Uh-huh.
Is there anything, since you rolled just as high as Duncan, is there anything you would want to focus on specifically to get a little bit more insight on than just like the general area? Because I gave him more.
Religion-wise, I don't know. I think I'm trying to get a sense of what is going on in the center,
Mhm.
because like Rita Pinter's not a a very like formal god, you know. Like Pinter's
Right.
just sort of like, you know, you think about it when there's like rites that have to be done, and that's about
Right.
it.
Okay. So you look to the center, and your gaze actually attracts the glance of the woman standing there. Um, and on that religion check, you would think what you would get from her, because she's clearly some kind of like religious authority, right? She's standing in the center of the temple district, about to make an announcement. But actually, what you get from that glance is more of a kinship of warriorship. So, in the same way that like fighting is kind of like part of your religion, right?
Yeah.
You get a flash of like, oh, there's something similar going on with her. Like there's like a shared, uh, there's something there. You're not sure what it is. But she quickly, her eyes just kind of like pass over you.
Like when you see somebody who's similar to you, kind of thing.
Yeah, there's like this spark, this like kinship of like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. That being said, the only other thing I actually wanted to check on
Mhm.
was Rita is still confused about that woman who had all those chalices, all that gold out
Yes.
and stuff, and was not concerned. I'm trying to get a sense if like it's similar. Like I want to do a perception check to see if it's similar here, because this is a crowded area during the
Mhm.
big announcement. This is prime pickpocketing, like
Right.
opportunities. So I'm just like sort of glancing around to see if anybody's concerned or if I see anything happening.
Okay, yeah, go for it. You want to give me an or I don't know, what would that even be?
It's up to you.
Investigation? Insight?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
can
guess
do investigation.
investigation, since you're just like scoping out the scene.
19.
Okay, so your impression is, and I mean, you saw how much of a hard time you even had getting in, right? Like they technically weren't going to let you in. You had to like sneak in. Your impression is that all of these people here are, at least the vast majority of them, are so wealthy that even if they were to get pickpocketed, like they don't, it's not at the top of their mind. You know what I mean? Like this is just an extremely affluent, noble city. Um,
Uh-huh.
and
With a
especially
large
in,
nobility, it sounds like.
right, especially in like this place specifically, you know, this is a sacred space.
Hmm.
Eh, and there are also like along with being like noble, there's obviously also a lot of like very capable, powerful fighters around. Like there are people in full suits of armor. Surely some of them are probably paladins, right? Um, so yeah, there's just kind of this vibe of uh if you are someone who's worried about getting pickpocketed, there's a vibe of safety. If you're someone who's looking to pickpocket, there's a vibe of threat, right? Like, if you were
Right.
to do that, you could get in big trouble very fast. And that's kind of the vibe that you've kind of sussed out in like the dock and the city center as well. Is that it's just like there are just enough very powerful, strong, rich people around,
Yeah.
um, that it's kind of like there are probably some scoundrels somewhere,
Right.
but they know better than to they're smart if they are
Right.
there.
Right. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. And it looks like there's plenty of people who are powerful fighters as well. Oh.
Right.
Okay. That's good to know. So I tell Duncan that, and then I also tell Duncan about Kronos, the little that I know.
Ooh,
Yeah. I
Kronos.
just I just know him because he's a god of like time, so sailors pay attention. But
Hmm.
I don't know that much about him. He's like I've heard about him a couple times, but it's interesting that there's a full temple here. I've
Yeah,
never seen anything like it.
that's cool. Well, I guess because it's so close to the water, to the sea, like
Yeah.
maybe sailors come visit often.
Yeah, maybe.
I wonder what that patch of dirt is gonna be for.
Right? Do you want to get closer? Should we try to get closer? It hasn't started yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys toddle on over there.
Yep.
So let me know if you can read this sign. You should be able to. Like, you should be able to inspect things. Did it work?
This plot of land is
There we go.
being blessed for a new temple to be built. Please do not walk on the sand.
Okay.
So yeah, Duncan, just as you're finishing up reading that, the woman standing by the pond says, in like a very soft voice that somehow infiltrates the whole space, because she just
Hmm.
has that kind of presence. She says, "Hello," and everyone very quickly goes silent,
Mhm.
and they're just waiting for her to speak. And she says, "Thank you all so much for being here. I know I've put this off for a long time, and I hope you all won't be too disappointed by my, well, um, as some of you know, I have been contemplating and taking advice from my advisors on what the next temple should be. And the truth is, well, I still haven't decided." And there's like this big like commotion of like, oh my god, she still hasn't decided. So your impression is this has been going on for a while. And she says, I know, I'm so sorry. I must plead for all of your forgiveness. You've been so patient, and so many of you have such worthy gods who deserve a temple in this space. However, I have not been able to decide on my own. So instead of putting it to my own mind, I have decided to ask the question of all of you. And for the next a few days, I will be taking appointments in the Temple of Selene, where I am usually residing, to hear your case for a deity who you think the next temple should be dedicated to. And uh, then we will have a presentation from the clerics and paladins who are um, hoping to have a temple built to their deity, and it will be put to a vote. Um, I
Ooh.
I thought that would perhaps be the best way to do things. And as she's speaking, this is clearly a bit of an outrageous suggestion because people start talking again, and there's a lot of like, oh, like that is, like a lot of noble kind of scoffing and like surprise. There are also some positive reactions. Like people are like, "Oh, well, that's our graceful princess as ever." You know.
She's a princess?
You hear a couple people mention that. And
Knack nut, knack nut,
as she's, what was that?
knack nut.
Uh,
I think that's Corin Riley's cousin.
oh. Um, we have. Uh, what do we do?
I don't think there's anything we can do, but they said she was cool. Maybe we can try to maybe if she's alone later, we can try to meet her.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I was distracted. There's a tall dog next to me.
Oh.
Um, so yeah, Safiel continues. I understand that this news is not what you were expecting, and I want to thank you all so much again for coming together. I hope that while you're here, you will find time to pray and contemplate and make offerings to your gods. I will be, taking appointments with clerics this evening. If any of you wish to come and make a case for your uh, your deity. Very well then. Thank you for coming. Good evening, everyone. And she kind of books it out of there.
Wait, Rita, should I catch her and get an appointment?
Yeah. You should
Okay.
do that. Wait, but don't forget your knack nut.
Yes.
Maybe you're a clerk and a ranger. That's not weird, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Who do I
go,
talk
go.
to? Okay. Ooh, excuse me. Hi, I like your hat. Excuse me. Oh, nice rope. Excuse me. Move. Excuse me. Oh, tall sir. Excuse me. Excuse me. Hello.
Sorry. Excuse me. Your tail. Oh, okay. Excuse me.
So, you catch her right as she's about to enter into the doorway. And she says, hello.
Oh, hello. My name is Knacknut, and I would love to have an appointment with you as soon as possible.
Uh, oh, um, well, Sir Naknad, in that case, I mean, I hadn't actually made any appointments yet. And she kind of looks over at the thing, and you see that like many people are approaching at like a rapid pace.
Oh,
Yeah.
And she says, uh, well, it seems that there will be quite a few clerics wishing to speak to me tonight. However, since you were the first to approach, perhaps we can go inside. And she goes into the temple.
Oh,
heck yeah.
yes.
Let's go.
Yeah. How do I get into this door? No, I picked up the fucking lantern. How do I put it down? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
All right.
Duncan just
Nope.
stealing lanterns.
There we go.
You made it.
Let's turn down that bloom. That is making her look insane. Okay, there we go. Okay, so you enter the temple. So there
Ooh.
are two wings to this temple. There's a west and an east. You guys enter on the east wing. And in here there is this like big wall piece made of gold that has the moon sigil in the middle that's glowing with runes. looks like it's a pretty big deal. Pretty like a major Selenite artifact. The two of you would guess, though you don't know. And there's like a fence in front of it, so it's kind of like, haha, don't touch it. And this is, evening. We're getting into night, so this is like Selene's time. So there are already a lot of followers of Selene within the temple. And uh, it yeah. What was I? Oh yeah, we're right. So Safiel, I mean, the woman you were following, uh, comes over to one wall and just kind of beckons you over, like, oh, and she tells the guard, oh, there with me, there with me. Yes, so, how might are you a cleric then, young man?
I instead of saying that I'm a cleric, I want to cast. Let me see. No.
As you're, formulating your response, you hear this kind of like pounding on the door as more clerics are trying to get in, and the guard says,
Should we get some more
"Her
private?
ladyship will see you one at a time." And Safiel says, "Oh, perhaps we should move out to the garden. Perhaps the garden. Come with me. Come with me."
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And she comes out to and you see this absolutely gorgeous back garden with this
You.
pond and like a moon viewing stone. And so this telescope balcony is actually above the temple. It's not over here. It's above the temple, but you can see it. So you
Oh,
can see a balcony with a telescope. And she just kind of takes you out to the flowers, and she's like, "All right, perhaps this will be better and more peaceful. I'm sure I'll have to speak to them all tonight.
yeah.
Sorry about that. So, who is it that you are going to be speaking for?"
I'm going to be speaking for Eugis.
"Oh, Eugis, one of the great guides.
Yes.
Wonderful. Um, we do have a temple to Lathander, so you just would not be such an unlikely choice. However, it might seem rather odd if we have one for Lathander and not for Mercule. Though I've heard that there is a town in Greater Norland called the City of Cycles, which has all three. Which could be quite a feather in our cap. Here at the I am so sorry. And she turns to Rita and says, I'm so sorry, my lady. What is your name?"
My name is. Can I look around and see if there's a lot of people paying attention to us?
Oh yeah, I mean, if you're with, so this woman, just draws gazes wherever she goes. So like these are all theoretically followers of Selene, so they're there for Selene. But this woman, I mean, she literally glows in these temple grounds. Like she is, um, she's stunning. She has this presence of, which is interesting because so far from what you've heard her say, she has kind of a nervous disposition, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
She is not the most eloquent and graceful. But the way she looks and moves certainly is. And she, draws admiration, looks of admiration wherever she goes. So people are definitely paying attention to this meeting.
Hmm.
My name is Cressa Rivera.
It's nice to meet you, Cressa. I was admiring your glaive earlier.
Oh.
It is of Terith made, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, I picked it up at the in the Isle of Wands.
And where are the two of you from?
Isle of Wands.
The Isle of Wands.
Oh, uh, did you? That's interesting. But I don't know if you know, but our king has just arrived as well from the Isle.
Hey,
Really?
we did hear a commotion near the docks, so that's Wow, really?
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Yes. In any case, I do think that you just could potentially be an excellent choice. Um, and this so
yeah.
as you're having this conversation, this
Like another.
absolute goth tiefling
This is cute.
comes up. Um and Duncan, just looking at her, you know she's a cleric. She has that, she's very pious looking and scholarly and magical.
Oh,
And she's kind of inching up, waiting for her turn to talk to the the princess, and she hears Yugis, and she steps up and she says, "Oh, you know, it wouldn't make sense to have a temple to Yugis before there's a temple to Mercule." And Saphiel says, uh, "I'm so sorry. I was at first taking an appointment with this young man, but I could speak to you about Mercule in a moment." Um,
yeah.
and the tiefling says, "There is no point in discussing a temple to Yugis if there is no temple to Mercule. And also,
Excuse me.
we are in great need of a Mercule temple in these lands. The curse of the valley has returned, and we all know that that means there is some unbalance with death.
Excuse me. For someone who worships the god of the path, you should really wait in line.
Oh,
Ooh.
you worship you. What are you? 9?
Excuse you.
9.
He is very
13.
grown. He is 13. He is very smart and very capable, and he has been in numerous fights that most adults would pale when faced those sorts of those sorts of fearsome foes. So I do
Uh,
not like your tone. I don't think that you should be talking
That's
down to
right.
somebody who you do not know.
And you look like you're 1,000, so you should probably get friendly with Regis, since you're
This-
probably real close to the grave.
This cleric looks at you, Duncan, and looks at you, Rita, and just looks so stricken and looks back to you, Duncan, and says, "We cannot be the same age."
Are you 13?
And she, looks extremely abashed and says, "No."
Wait, I'm holding out my hand. Hi, I'm Naknud. Naknud the ranger.
She's so
And she says, "I am busy." But she does shake your hand.
Sorry,
Wow.
what was your name?
My name is Charlotte, and I am a cleric of Mercule, and I believe that Mercule deserves a temple here more than any other deity, and I will lay out my case in 5 points. And Zaphiel says, "Oh, okay, that's wonderful, darling. I do think that Eugis is a fair idea. I think that Mercule and Eugis are both
Thank you.
fine.
No. Oh, I'm sorry.
I guess the question would be, if we were to head in that direction, which of the great guides would receive their temple first? As I said, there is one to Lathander. Oh my goodness, forgive me. I don't think I've actually introduced myself. My name is Safia Hyro. I am the daughter of Tassar and Renea, which some
Oh,
people seem to think makes me a princess. It does not technically. King Tarot is the royalty of Tareth. So if you
Right.
hear people calling me a princess, that's not technically correct. What?
Can I get an insight check on her right there when she's
Yeah,
saying
go
all
for
of
it.
that?
Go for it.
Because I know that like Core and Riley are fond of her, but based off of like Core's attitude towards the uncle, well, I can't read anything. Oh wait, no, I get advantage. I get one more. One
Oh
more.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. What man? What do I want to give you on a 21? Okay.
I just want to understand if she like really, if she's just saying that out of like an
Mm-hmm.
she should be saying that kind of thing, or if she
Okay.
like fully supports her cousin's claim.
So
to
when
the
she
throne.
says King Terrell,
Mm-hmm.
She loves him.
Mm-hmm.
And this is coming from a place of like deep respect for him. Um, and like a lack of respect for her own father.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So she
Um.
doesn't like that people call her princess.
Yes. She's like, you're gonna hear people call me a princess. I'm not a fucking princess. That's not how like the bloodline worked out. Lathander chose Taro, not me. I am not royalty, right? She is fully like
Yeah.
not down with that narrative. But you know from core that like Tassar has been kind of like setting himself up as like pseudo royalty here. Um,
Yeah.
so that's what you can. But yeah, from what she said, you're like, oh no, she is a real one. Like she is with Tyrell and Core. She does not agree with her family.
Sweet. I think I'm like, I
Mm,
can't. I think Rita can't help herself in this moment. She's like fully not doing the Cressa thing right now, and she's like beaming, like, oh hell yeah, okay.
Aw. Um. Oh, also for just from that inside check, just from doing any kind of inside check around her, she is so nervous.
Yeah.
She obviously like is really ashamed that she couldn't come up with a god to dedicate a temple to. And she's
Uh.
like doing like an outreach thing, and she's like, "Is this the right decision?"
Okay. I think noticing that. I also can't tell how old she is, right? Because she's an elf.
Or do you want to try and tell with the insight?
Yeah. Like, does she look to be younger than me?
She is over. So what I'll give you with that insight is she is definitely over a century old.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Okay. Then she's a grown adult.
Yeah.
Okay, but she's very nervous. Okay. Uh, I think I'm just gonna step closer to her and just say, it seems you've had a pretty long day. Is there a more private place for us to continue these discussions? It doesn't necessarily have to be about Aegis, though I know that companion, my companion, would like to continue this conversation, or
yeah.
we can talk about Glaives some more.
Um, she smiles, and you see her shoulders kind of settle, and she says, "That does sound very nice. It seems I have many appointments to get through tonight. I was hoping I would have a chance to go to the palace, but I don't know what I was
Uh,
thinking. Of course, if I open the doorway for clerics to pitch their gods to me, they are going to do it.
Yes.
What I will
well,
say
you
to
did say
you,
you would be doing that tonight, right? It's
yes.
maybe give yourself an hour.
You need
Have,
dinner.
yeah, eat dinner.
Well, I must at least address them, I think. What I will say to you, dear Naknud and Charlotte, is I think that Eugis and Mercule are both excellent contenders for the new temple. I would love to hear more about your views on both of them. Perhaps at a later appointment. And what I will tell you now is that I'm very open to the two of you giving presentations. When the time comes, on your guards to the general clericacy of the town, and they will vote. And I think those are both very easy sells for the new temple.
Say it
You
like
got it.
that.
And Charlotte glares and says, "Surely you can see that if there's no Mercule temple, having a Aegis temple would just be an insult."
Wow.
Um, you know what, Charlotte? I think in Rita's mind, she's like, Core was a piece of work when we first met him. Maybe she's just the same. and Cress is gonna look at Charlotte and just be like, it was a true pleasure meeting you. And, I don't know very much about Mercule, so, I hope that we speak again in the future. I'd be curious to hear more. Seems like
uh,
something you really care about.
yeah, Charlotte kind of softens a little bit at this and looks at Duncan and says, "Well, I don't know much about you, just there's not much study done on him in this region, so I look forward to your presentation."
Good. You
So,
should.
um,
Well, I do. She's really aggressive.
we can all learn from each other, and isn't that the beauty of a temple district? Really,
Yeah,
Um,
and
Rita's
maybe we
pulling
can
shit
add
out of her
one
ass.
color to your outfit. Just one.
red? There's red.
The
Okay,
buttons
Maybe
on
some
your
more
shoes.
red. Red is a great color.
what are you wearing, by the way? That looks like it's 2 times too big for you.
Oh gosh.
Okay, as this conversation's going on, this soldier, this guard that was at the door, sprints up to Safiel and is like whispering something to her. You guys can try and listen in if you'd like.
I am.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're supposed to be spies.
What is listening in? What is that? Is that insight? No, it's not insight, is it? It's
It would
perception, maybe?
be perception.
Yeah, give me
Oh.
Yeah.
perception rolls. I will say that she's speaking in Elven, though.
Well, I can't
Yeah.
make out a single
Yeah,
thing, and I
yeah,
can't
you-
understand what I can make
Yeah,
out.
you
so-
don't hear it. Let's see, Duncan, did you roll?
I did.
Oh, you got an 8?
8.
Okay. So,
Bad spot.
neither of you can hear, Rita, so you don't understand, you can kind of hear, but you don't understand it. You do, however, make out the names, Tyrell and Core. And you can both tell, because it's very obvious, that whatever she's saying is extremely bad news. And Safiel's face, like, gets really, like, scared, and like, oh shit.
Did I even know it was an Elvish? What was being said?
Yeah, I mean, you can, like, you can't understand the whispers, because, like, they're too quiet, but you can, like, get the general sense of them, and you can hear that it's Elvish being spoken.
Could I say in Elvish, is everything okay?
Okay, yeah, Safiel turns to you and says, "Oh, I, uh, I shall have to put everything off. I must go to the palace at once. Oh, gods. And she's like too distressed to talk at that point, and she like says, excuse me both. I look forward to speaking to you more later. And she bolts it out of there. She like zips.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Yes?
So we were in the middle of something very, very important, but it seems like something really bad happened.
Okay.
Is everything all right? Yeah.
I'm not at liberty to discuss royal business.
Oh,
Your hair is very pretty.
yeah.
Thank you.
You seem really strong.
Yeah.
I am very strong, yes.
Would you? You know what? No, maybe some other time. Some other
Actually,
day, you.
If you, I have, but I don't know how strong you really are. My
No,
friend
no,
here
it's-
has never lost an arm wrestling match ever. And if you're supposed to be protecting the princess, you'd have to be pretty strong.
Yes, and speaking of which, I must return to my post. She
Right.
starts
No,
leaving.
totally makes sense. Yeah, you don't have time for arm wrestling.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that would have been so cool. I need to find her next time we come here because we're gonna come back, right? You want to make a presentation, right?
I'm going to make a presentation, and it's going to be amazing.
Okay. Nafnan, I think we should go to the inn soon to discuss certain things, if we can.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because I think I'm just kind of like, I shouldn't mention that I heard those names just yet out in the open.
Mhm.
Oh, fair.
Okay. Charlotte, it was really nice meeting you. Well, it was an experience meeting you. But hopefully we meet you again soon. Well, oh, I have a question for you, actually, if you don't mind.
Yes?
By any chance, have you seen a black cat with white paws?
Ooh, yeah.
I I've seen cats here.
Oh,
I don't think I've seen a black one with white paws. Did you lose one?
We're trying to find one for a friend. He seems to have lost his cat.
Well, I would ask Mercule if it were dead, but Mercule hasn't spoken to me in some time.
Hmm.
Oh.
Well, if if you get the chance and he does speak to you and he tells you that the cat is dead, we'll probably be staying at the rainy something inn, the inn in the city. If
The
if you
rainy
happen to
days
walk,
in.
yeah, the rainy days inn.
Yeah,
We'll be
I'm
there.
staying there too.
Oh, really? Wait, are you not from here?
Cool.
No, I'm from the Valley of Coin.
Oh,
Oh.
really?
Yeah.
That's pretty exciting. We're here for some time, and then we're heading to the Valley of Coin after.
Well, I only traveled here because the curse of the valley has returned and Mercule is gone silent, and this is supposed to be, the religious center of the region. I thought maybe they could help, but the princess seems a little scatterbrained, doesn't she?
I think she just has a lot on her mind. And does she have another title? I feel awkward calling her princess when she asked us not to.
Oh, well, in the Valley of Coin, we just call her Lady Saphiel. Well, a lot of people actually call her General Saphiel up there, but that's ancient history.
General Saphiel.
Okay.
Are you two not familiar with Her Grace?
Uh, Not really. We're not.
No.
We're sort of specialized in the things that we're specialized. We're
Mm-hmm.
kind of bad when it comes to history. If I'm being perfectly
Oh,
honest.
well,
Yeah.
she's pretty new to this whole religion thing, you can probably tell. Um, no, for most of her life, she is a legendary warrior.
Oh,
Oh.
I
well,
was
that
very
explains why
excited
she
to
made
meet
me.
her, but she seems, quite
I
normal,
think.
doesn't she?
Yeah. Well, we've traveled quite a bit, and I've found that sometimes the people with the most extraordinary titles are the most normal people you can meet. We all have our worries and our flaws, and
Yes,
you know.
well, what I was really hoping for was an appointment with her father, the High Cleric. But,
Mm.
if I could get a temple dedicated to Mercule, perhaps he would return to these lands and the dead would go back to sleep.
Is it? I'm sorry. I don't really know a whole lot about this stuff. I did mention that I'm not very familiar with Mercule. Is it really that bad that the dead are awake? It doesn't seem like all the dead are awake, just a few.
Oh, they are slowly rising.
All of them?
All of them that still have some kind of corporeal form left on this earth.
We've come across a few of them, and it seems like the ones that we've come across all have some sort of business left behind.
Yeah.
Well,
The ones that want to rest. No?
we shall see. The curse is fresh. It has only recently come back upon the lands, but
Hmm.
in the Death Mines, which is the passageway between Greater Norland and Terith, um, the curse affects all dead beings, not just the ones who have unfinished business.
Hmm. We wouldn't know anything about that.
I've never been to the Death Mines personally. So it was nice meeting you. If you hear anything about a cat, let us know.
Well, we're walking back to the inn if you want to walk with us.
Oh, yep, that works too.
Oh, I suppose Selene is not exactly my style, you understand. But this
This
is a
is the
very
nicest
grand
temple I've ever
temple.
been in.
Yes.
Yeah.
She goes into the
Oh,
West Wing just to check it out, and you see two of your shipmates,
oh God,
Gideon
no.
and Hilda.
Oh my
Oh god, if
god.
they were going by different names. Um,
They're both aware of the situation and they just nod at you discreetly.
oh,
Oh,
okay. Nod back.
Alright, she makes her way out.
Gideon is so cool, man.
So um the temple district is still swamped with people. From what you can tell, they aren't aware that Safiel like went to the palace, so she must have some kind of way to get there without going through the temple district. Um, as you're walking by, a young satyr actually stops you, Duncan, specifically,
oh,
and says, "Did did you just have a conversation with the princess?
um, yes,
Are you going to present for a god?
I am.
Please allow me to dress you for that event.
Oh,
My
um,
name is Kellen. I am the apprentice tailor in the Royal District, and I need
She is.
a debut.
oh, yeah, of course.
Wonderful. Please come to the Royal Tailor Shop on the morrow, uh, uh, at any time that is convenient, and I will get your measurements, and I will make you something. Who is your god?
You just.
Aegis. Oh. And he looks severely disappointed.
Oh. Hmm.
And he says, oh, very well. Green. Correct? Green?
Yes.
All right. I don't know that that would be the best color on you. Are you sure you don't want to worship, uh, perhaps, someone else?
No.
Don't
Um,
just say that. The
listen,
audacity.
it sounds like this is going to be a good challenge for you.
Do you think that you look good in green?
Well,
You aren't wearing it at the moment, I noticed. It's very unusual. See, this young lady here is clearly a cleric of Mercule. I can tell that just by looking at her. But you, I would not take you as a cleric of Aegis.
yes, well, we are more dedicated to spreading the word of our God and not interrupting people and being very loud in public settings.
He takes the hint and says, very well, very well. Aegis it is. I will see you at the tailor shop tomorrow, yes?
Yes,
Thank you, thank you.
I'll be there. Thank
It
you.
is the second building on the left when you enter the Royal District. I will see you
Okay,
there. I will
I'm,
see you
I'm
there.
very excited. Thank you, Callan.
Wonderful, wonderful. And
Oh, that's
Charlotte
cool.
is clearly offended that she was not asked. And she's like,
Oh,
well,
well, Charlotte, I think that happened because you're already dressed pretty cool, honestly.
oh, thank you. So the rainy day ends just up here.
Don't pick up an orchid. Don't pick up an orchid. Don't. How do I go inside?
And
Oh.
as you step in, the first thing you notice is that even though it wasn't raining outside, it sounds like there's rain on the roof.
Oh my.
Oh.
And Charlotte says, "Yes, it's always raining in here. It's nice sometimes, annoying others."
I get that.
And she goes to the woman at the desk and says, "Hello, I'm back." And she says, "Oh, wonderful. Your room is all ready." And she says, well, good night then, Naknud. And,
Good night.
I'm sorry, what did you say your name was?
Cressa.
Cressa. Naknud, may the best cleric, win.
Okay. I will. Good night.
You? And then she, like, turns around resolutely, like, I'm not gonna get angry, and she leaves.
I like Charlotte. I think she's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think she's not that bad. She reminds me of Cora a little bit.
Yeah, pretty fun.
Yeah.
Um,
Hello.
Hello, are the two of you seeking a room?
Yes, we are.
Excellent. And were you hoping for separate rooms, or are the two of you staying together?
Oh, I think together is
Mhm.
better.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, welcome to the Rainy Days Inn. We provide a free breakfast and free music, of course, provided by my beautiful daughter, Cora. You can see her over there on the lute at this moment.
Oh,
We
Oh,
we
wow.
accommodate all sorts of travelers here at the inn, so you'll come across many interesting folk. And what are your names?
Cressa Rivera?
Cressa Rivera,
mhm.
and
I'm
you, young
Naknud.
man, Naknud.
Nah, yeah.
And I do see a striking family resemblance. You are, of course, siblings.
No.
No. Interesting that you would say that.
No! I'm never
Definitely not.
mistaken about such things. Give me a deception,
Well,
Rita.
there's a first day for everything.
Both of you, give me a deception.
This is a really hard lie for her too, because she's just like, I think it's
Ooh.
related. I don't want to lie about it. Oh God! No wonder
Oh.
the dice knew. The dice knew.
Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, she looks at the two of you and she's assuming there's nothing. It's like she knows you're lying. But she's like, it's none of my business. She gets a lot of weird travelers. She's like, they have their reasons for lying. Maybe they're eloping or something. I don't know what's happening. Um, so
He's 13.
she sort of gives you guys a sly look and says, I perfectly understand. Very well,
Oh.
Naknud and I'm sorry, what was this?
Cressa.
Cressa, the unrelated travelers. I see. Your room will be the first at the top of the stairs. It was just cleaned for you. There was a rather boisterous group of dwarves staying in there, but don't worry, we have freshened it up entirely, and it is ready and awaiting your sleepy heads. That'll be
Thank you.
10 gold each per night.
Okay. Here's
Do
10.
you know where the bank is?
The bank is just up in the Royal District. It's the first building on your left. You can't miss it.
I have 9 gold.
Oh. Excuse me, but could
9
maybe
gold to my name right now.
maybe I could here's my 10 and my traveling companion
Yep.
only
Wait,
has
Duncan, you gave all your money for the. Oh, that's right. No, you saved a little bit.
Need a little bit.
yeah.
So you had 10
Um,
left.
I did have 10 left.
Okay,
Had
okay,
10
great.
exactly. I'm
There's-
1 gold short.
Okay.
Maybe could I maybe clean or maybe like wax your daughter's loot for that remaining gold coin?
Necessary. So here's the thing.
One gold
I can
short.
put down. I can put down the 9 right now, and we are planning on staying a while. If you wouldn't mind waiting on the rest until we go to the bank, that would be helpful.
Of course, that is not a problem at all.
Oh, 10.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay. So here's 9.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
God damn, Rita. I hate how proud she is sometimes because I'm just like, I have no money. I have
I
no.
know, she's always refusing that cash.
Oh gosh, if this was Saska, no, it'd be bad. It still would be bad. Either play poor characters or very, very cheap characters.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you.
Thank you
Yes,
so much.
enjoy
I
your
appreciate
stay.
it.
Please let me know if you need anything at all.
Great,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah, you can just walk on through.
Oh, sweet.
There's your room.
Gosh. Okay.
Ooh.
So.
Wow.
Go ahead and make
That
these
was-
floor objects. There we go. Oh no, that's why I didn't do that. Never mind. Alright. You just disappear under the covers, I guess.
Okay, so I'm just gonna set down our stuff. I'm gonna change out of the white clothes and Duncan's cloak as well. Um, oh, maybe. Oh, dang, but I don't have money right now. Maybe later I'll ask them to wash all our stuff. I don't
Maybe if they're boiling any food, we can just throw our clothes in.
know. I don't think that would make it more clean, but not a bad idea.
Maybe.
Okay. Uh, okay. I'm gonna set down the bag and um a lot of the stuff really. I'm gonna keep my glaive on me. I think I'm setting down just like the big stuff that I know I'm not
Mhm.
gonna need. The
Okay.
ropes and all that stuff. And then I'm gonna tell the skeletons, okay, you guys can come out now.
And come out. They do? Question mark. There he is. And Skelly says, wonderful. We have infiltrated the city. Where is the gambling?
No gambling, no gambling here. So here's the thing. I need you two to hang out here and be quiet for a little bit. We need to do some recon. Really, we need to check out the rest of the city, and then we'll come back for you all when we figure out where the gambling is. Really,
Why must we stay here?
Because you're loud.
and
Well, I am not loud.
you're incredibly loud. Also,
Well,
we just met a cleric of Mercule, and she does not like that you're up and about. So
yeah.
I'm sure she wouldn't have any more problem with it than a cleric of Aegis would.
I don't have a problem with it.
see, he's fine with it.
Oh, very well. I mean, you are trying to put my only friend in this world back in the grave.
We made a deal that we could extend that.
And Lucky says, "Oh, your friend, only friend."
You have 3 friends, Lucky.
Friends, exactly. We're friends. We
I
bring you
thought
chicken
we
bones
were
all the time.
friends, but now you are going to bury us back into the ground.
Would a real friend not bring you chicken bones and take you gambling and promise to take you gambling more than once?
Very well, we will stay here, but do bring back chicken bones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or we will be forced to go in search of them on our own.
Please don't.
You wouldn't get very far, Skelly.
Yeah.
That's what you think.
Well,
I will keep him here, do not worry.
thank you, Lucky.
Thank you. Appreciate it a lot.
Where are the two of you going, if I may ask?
Well, we definitely need to go to the bank.
Yeah.
Because neither of us has money. And,
This is the first time in my life I've never had money on me. Isn't that cool?
You know, back in my
Yeah,
day,
it's
there
new
was
experience.
no bank in the Bay of Cups. It was considered too sacred a place for such things as money. Things have changed so much.
Yeah. You should have seen the offerings in front of the temples in the religious area. It was kind of interesting, to be honest.
It saddens
sure
me
what-
greatly.
Well, for somebody who gambles a lot, I think, you're right. Yeah, it's sad. Okay.
Sad. Yeah.
I'm not sad. I don't mind it. I think it's nice. What better way to show love than money?
Well, I don't know about that. Rita's definitely thinking about how their father gave them money before they left. And this is like, I don't know if that counts as love personally, but anyways, stay here. We'll see you later.
Be safe.
Okay. Oh, and before we go, is there a window?
Yeah, there's a window above the like side table.
Oh, but it doesn't
Up
look
there.
like it's fully open.
No, you can see through it.
Oh, okay. No, I'm asking because I want to send Awen out.
Oh, it could open. It can open. Yes.
Had a latch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm basically just like going off of the assumption that she's sort of been following us, so I'm just gonna go up to the window and do the whistle thing.
Give me an animal handling.
Hmm. Come on, Awen. 18.
Yep, she comes immediately. She's been stalking you, clearly.
Oh, awesome. You're such a good little stalker. You're so cute. Um, okay. Okay. Do I see any paper around the room? Wait, we have paper. Yeah, that we took from
Oops.
this Smythe's house, right?
Yeah,
Pretty
you
sure
have
that
paper.
we have some.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So I take out a piece of paper and a pen, and then I tell Duncan, okay, so apparently she was worried. I could hear a little bit of what they were saying, but they were speaking Elvish, so I don't know what was happening. The lady Safiel and that really buff, cool looking guard lady. Um, they she mentioned Riley and Core's name, so I think something bad might have happened to them, and I'm a little worried. So I figured we should send them a letter. Is there anything you want to say to them?
Duncan.
JT?
Oh, um,
Duncan's like, and this is my
To-
problem now.
to who?
To Riley and to Core. I don't know what happened. I'm kind of worried that they're in a bad position right now. I mean, we can go over to the Palace district. Is I think is what I don't remember what the lady at the inn lady said, but she said that's where the bank is anyway. I don't think we can get into the palace as we are right now, especially pretending that we don't know them. Um, but we can try to pick up some rumors and some news when we go to the bank,
Yeah.
but I'm a little worried we might not be able to hear anything unless we hear it from them.
We should probably just say send a signal or something if you're in danger or if you're safe.
Okay.
Like, you know, if you're safe, write us back. If we don't hear from you, we'll start a rescue mission.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. Yeah, perfect. I write exactly what Duncan says.
Okay.
And then I just sign it R and D.
Okay. Awen
Yeah.
zoots off with it.
Okay. Well, since they're in the same city, hopefully we hear back by the time we come back to the inn. Okay. So, how are you feeling, Duncan? I know that you weren't expecting to pretend that you were both a ranger and a cleric.
Well, I never technically said I wasn't a cleric or that I was. So I
That's
think
true.
I lucked into that situation a little bit, and I'm feeling good.
Okay. Yeah, because I know it's important for you to spread the word of Aegis, so.
Yeah, especially now.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay. Well, what should we do? Bank first, or should we go check out this area?
probably bank. Money seems to be very useful here.
Yeah. Kind of got used to being around Gore.
That made life easier, that's for sure.
Really did. Okay, let's go. Skeletons, behave.
We will. Right? Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Alright, you guys head on out back to the city center. Hopefully the portal puts you at the right spot. Sometimes it doesn't. Where'd y'all end
Where
up?
am I?
Oh yeah, you're okay. So wait, so Duncan's in the right spot. Oh, I think you just have to walk down, maybe read it. There you
Oh, there I am.
go.
Okay, bank time. Let's go.
Where's the bank? Up
I'm
here,
assuming up, no?
Royal District.
All right, y'all head out to the Royal District. As you approach, uh, you know, the architecture becomes more marble, more regal. Everything becomes just, I mean, the Bay of Cups is
Ooh.
all clean, but it becomes like sanitary clean, like scrubbed clean. You see a lot of elven folk, and immediately upon entering the Royal District, you notice there are a lot of guards with
Oh,
weapons.
jeez.
Jesus.
You also notice in the very close distance is the royal palace, and there are a lot of elves gathered outside the royal palace, and there's a lot of like whispering going on. So there's something big going on inside. You can tell, and these elves are all trying to like get a hint of what's happening in there, but they're not allowed in because of the guard. The guard.
Uh, Krista, should we go just listen real fast, see what we can hear?
Yeah, I think that's a good move.
All right, so you head on up. Um, are you trying to listen to what's going on inside, or are you trying to listen to what the gossip is?
I'm trying to listen to the gossip.
Yeah.
Okay, so there are two older elves off to your left here, or right, whatever that is. And one is saying to the other, "It was really only a matter of time." Yes, but who knew that it would come to such a... I, for the prince to have been lying all this time, I can hardly believe it. How else would he have become so powerful? And the old woman says, "Well, once the blood is tainted, there's no telling what the family will come to."
Oh, jeez. Krista, we.
Uh,
And the old woman, seeing you two, says, "Speaking of contamination, what are humans doing in the royal district?"
oh, sorry, we were just trying to find a bank.
The bank is down at the entrance of the royal district, the first building on your left. You can't miss it, really. And
Oh, apologies. Thank you for
the
your
guard steps
guidance.
forward and says, "What do you wish? What do you want here?"
Oh, we're just travelers. We're new to town, and we were told that the Royal District was the place to go for the bank. We were just
Yes, the
wandering around, getting to
first
know the city.
building on your left. It has the scale sign outside. You cannot miss it. Please step back from the royal palace. Everyone, step back, step back. There's royal business,
Mm,
official
can I,
Right,
business.
right.
as we walk away, can I say to the older lady in Elvish, in
Hmm.
perfect Elvish, you should
Hmm.
try to be nicer?
Ooh, okay. Give me. Would you like? Would that be an intimidation?
No, just kind of like genuinely, like you should try to be nicer.
Persuasion.
Give me a performance since you're trying to do it in perfect Elvish.
Ooh.
Performance 18.
18.
Okay. Yeah, she looks pretty gobsmacked. She definitely has never heard a human speak Elvish like that. Um, and she's certainly never had a human talk to her like that. So she just is like stunned and looks at you wide-eyed as you walk away.
Oh. Oops. Okay, Krista.
Oh, knock, knock. Okay.
That was exhilarating. Okay.
Okay. Come here really quick.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, that sounds bad. It sounds like they found out that Core's a warlock, or was.
Yeah, that's not good.
Okay. Well, uh, let's get some money and then start a plan for how to break into the palace. I guess. Like, are they gonna
Yeah,
do anything to him?
I don't know. I guess we just need to make haste, probably.
Okay.
Okay, into the bank you go. So the bank has a very dark energy.
Oh.
It's very stagnant, very official, very strict. There's some people behind the counter. There is a sign on one side that is encouraging you to join the Platinum Guild. And it seems like you can ask this man. Oops, I didn't mean to stage him. You can ask that man over there about that. These two on the right are just bank tellers, and there's a very heavily armored guard who looks at you as you
Ooh.
come in with menace. He's
Menace.
watching you. He's watching you.
Hello.
Glad I
There's
didn't leave my glaive.
there is already a man in there, and he is talking to the the Platinum Guild teller guy over here, and says, "Please, my sister, she'll never be able to pay it off. Isn't there something I could do? I could work. I could." And the teller says, "I'm so sorry, sir, but your sister signed a contract with the Platinum Guild, and I'm afraid she has to pay it off herself. And certainly nothing you could do, labor-wise, would come close to paying off her debt. Please, Kettlepot, take this man away. No, please, I know, I can, if you just let me talk to her, no. And the guard comes over and escorts the man out, who,
Wait, excuse me.
the guard
Wait.
stops and looks at you silently.
Cressa, maybe we can help. I don't want to see this man get or his sister get in trouble.
Yeah. What seems to be the problem? What's wrong?
Nothing that humans could help with.
He's the man says that.
Yep.
Well,
Okay,
then
and
have a lovely evening.
no, wait, in Elvish I say we may be able to help with financial problems, but we need to know more details.
How could you possibly help? You must be from the Kingdom of Swords. What? Even the highest nobles there don't have half the sum that's required for my dear sister to escape her whatever it is they're doing to her.
Cressa,
Bad as her debt.
I, I, I believe last time I checked it was up to about 23,000.
Whoa, jeez.
okay.
Yeah. Sounds like a difficult situation to be in.
Just as I thought, humans.
Wait, how much do we have, Cressa?
But we need that money.
How much do we need?
Well, okay.
Riley only
gave us-
wrote you a note for 10,000.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I
we
don't-
can pay 1,000 to contribute toward paying it off.
And the man says, "It might as well be nothing." And he's
then
distraught. And
best of luck to your sister.
the guard escorts him out.
Duncan, I don't think we can help his sister, but maybe we can find out what that whole situation is. That sounds weird.
He's out, and the guard goes back to his station over here.
It's a lot of money. I wonder what she needed all that money for.
And
My
the man
gosh.
says, "Oh, but please do not mind some of our more fretful visitors. Welcome to the Royal Bank. Here we can keep your money safe. If you are travelers, we can keep it in a temporary deposit box for you, whatever you need. And of course, you can gain interest, especially if you do choose to join the Platinum Guild, which I cannot recommend highly enough. Our members are 100% satisfied 100% of the time."
Well,
I don't know
doesn't-
how effective
yeah.
that pitch is when we just heard that man cry about his sister.
Yeah.
Specifically.
Well, people
Platinum
sign contracts, and then it is
Right.
up to them. You speak as if we are making contracts with children. They are all able-minded, able-bodied adults who agree to these things in their right minds. It is not our fault if they then cannot follow through. And we provide very fair and just solutions when such issues come up. That man's sister is
Right.
simply working for us until she can pay off her debt.
Just pointing out a flaw in the logic of your pitch
Yeah.
because you said everybody's happy with it, and it doesn't sound like
Said 100%.
Well,
It's at
Yeah.
least
that man, I must point out, is not a member of the Platinum Guild. His sister is, and she would have to speak for herself.
I can't imagine she's too happy, but
Yeah. Well,
That
we're not
is
here
your
to
opinion.
any platinum guild. Well, actually, what is the platinum guild? What does that even mean and entail? Apparently, working off some sort of debt if you happen to land in that situation. But other than that, I mean,
You will only end up in debt if you cannot pay off the initial membership fee up front. You see, we allow payable memberships over the course of time. If you cannot afford the initial fee, which is very reasonable, I must say, you need only open a savings account here at the bank with at least 20,000 gold.
you let people open it when they don't have that. I'm a little confused.
Well, yes, you see, the Platinum Guild members earn special interest rates. So even as they pay off the debt, they earn interest on that debt. It is a very sound economical system, I can assure you.
Yeah.
well, that's very nice, but we're not gonna do that.
Yeah, that sounds like a bad contract, and I would know bad contracts. We're not
Well,
very interested in that. However, we are interested in um, getting some money. We have some bank accounts that we need to we need tender. You know, we
Yeah.
need gold.
of course, we would be happy to exchange any banknotes you have, provided they are real, with gold.
Uh,
Yeah.
yep, they really are. And I hand him the notes.
Okay, he looks down at the notes with kind of a scoff in his eye, and then his eyes get really big, and he's like, Uh, one moment. And he goes over to this woman, and she does like a little spell on it to detect if it's real or not. And then she hands it to this man, and he also does a spell, and they all look just so stunned and confused. And the man is too
Is there a
stunned to
problem?
speak. The woman says, "No, no, 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 no problem. Would you like all of that now? All 10,000 then?
Do we want all 10,000 right now?
Well, kinda. I don't want to have to come back here.
I know they're not really nice,
May I
and I say
simply
that loudly.
ask, may I simply ask the two of you noble visitors, for security purposes, you understand, and for our own records, how you
Mhm.
happen to come across this note with the royal crest upon it?
That seems a bit nosy. Uh,
Well, we simply
I.
need to ensure that it was not stolen, you understand?
Oh, so you're accusing us now?
No,
That's
simply
definitely a
checking,
lovely way
simply
of.
checking.
Mm,
We took care of some business for some people, and we got paid for it.
Yeah. We had a contract with the royal family at the Isle of Wands, and that's about as much as you need to know.
Could you both roll persuasion for me?
Fuck.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh, thank
Okay,
God.
alright.
Oh.
Jesus.
Yeah, so Duncan's whole, like, taking care of some stuff for some people does nothing for them. They're like, they're even more
Yeah.
suspicious. But then Rita comes in with the, like, level-headed, like, you know what, we had a job for the royal family. The fact that she admits that, like, yeah, we worked specifically for the royal family, I think does it for
Uh-huh.
them. And she says, very well, we will just have to take down your information, of course, you understand, and then we'll give you your gold. What are your names?
Our names. My name is Cressa Rivera.
I'm
And you
not
are,
good.
and Cressa Rivera, you are the one who will be exchanging for funds.
Yep.
All right, and where are the two of you from?
The Isle of
Mm-hmm.
Wands.
Well, I suppose that would explain how you were under the employ of His Majesty.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
Very well.
all makes
I
sense.
shall return with your gold. She goes to
Okay.
the back and she brings out just a bag of gold. It's so much gold. MVP. It's a hefty, hefty bag. And she puts it on the counter like, there you go. You want to carry that?
um, I'm very strong. This is no problem.
Mm.
Okay, I pick up the bag. How much is 10,000 gold?
It's gotta be a lot. There's your bag.
1 gold weighs 0.02 pounds. So 0.02 times 10,000 is 200 pounds.
Exactly how much I can carry.
Oh,
So
fuck
she
yeah.
just hands you this bag.
Great, thank you.
They put it on your back like Santa Claus.
Yep.
I did just take off my cape. Maybe we can throw it on top of that, try to make it look a little less, you know.
Conspicuous.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as you move,
Yeah.
Rita, there's like this very distinct like jingling of coins.
Actually, I'm kind of ticked off at these people, so I'm looking over at them to in a I hate to say this, but she's kind of like in a show offy way of like,
Mm-hmm.
look at me. I have all this coin and I can carry it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
They look.
probably stronger than your stupid guard, motherfuckers.
Yeah. They're just fully confused at this point. Like, who are these people? What is happening? Whatever. We got the
Oh
note.
shit.
It's real. Whatever.
They did their jobs.
Yeah.
Did. Did you finish
Uh,
covering it? Knock knock.
Yeah, I threw the coat on top of it.
Okay, great.
I would say.
Yeah, it's just
and
a backpack.
the fucking Platinum Guild guy walks back over to his station and says, "Well, since you are so very rich, do let me know if you change your mind about joining the Platinum Guild. Friends
Uh,
of the royal family are, of course, always welcome in the Platinum Guild."
even if they're human.
Oh, well, we do not discriminate at the bank.
I just thought I'd make sure. You know, we're new to town, and I just noticed that we weren't really welcome around this district, so I wanted to be sure that it would be all right.
Oh, well, I can assure you that where your ears may put people off, gold will always bring them back.
Great.
And that strikes you both as a
We'll keep that
very,
in mind.
like, blunt thing to say.
Yeah, very blunt.
So you've kind of, in a way, you've earned some respect here, some, like, weird respect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your name?
My name is Sheffield. I am the manager of the Platinum Guild. Shelby and Sunjin are my co-tellers here at the bank. We are here most days, and you would always be welcome to stop by. Are you sure you do not wish to deposit any of your 10,000 to earn some interest?
No, that's all right. I did have a question. Sorry, is this a bit personal? I was just wondering if you were from here. Like, are you from a noble house? You seem to have the manner about you, but I also know that, when you strike business with a lot of nobility, one takes on that manner.
Oh, yes, I am from one of the oldest noble families in the Bay. My first name is Sheffield, as I said, but I am the son of Maitre d' Grayson. The Grayson
Grayson.
family is, you know, perhaps you haven't heard of it. Why would you? But around these parts, it will turn heads if you mention it. My family has long since been in charge of the finances of many areas in Terra.
Oh, cool. Well, Sheffield, you've been very, very helpful. Maybe we'll run into you in the future.
Yeah.
I do hope so. As I say, we are always looking for more members of the Platinum Guild.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you. Bye.
Have a wonderful evening. Thank you for your patronage.
Thank you.
Can you return out to the Royal District?
Oh my gosh, I can't believe that worked.
Yeah. Are you sure you're okay carrying all that?
Oh yeah, no, it's fine. It's kind of my limit, so
Rita,
probably
I
not very
believe
long.
you have. Is the card I gave you that you can carry that much, or was it that you can carry anything?
Up
Because
to 200 without being like encumbered.
that was from the page.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, gotcha,
So
gotcha,
it's just like no encumbrance. Basically,
gotcha.
if I have this with the rest of my stuff, then I'd be encumbered.
Right, right. No, you're good. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you guys get back outside. There's still hustle and bustle around the palace door.
Um. Okay. I'm not sure what we should do right now. I don't think we can get closer to the palace.
Um. You sent Awen, right?
Did. Yeah.
Would Awen be back by now?
We can check. We can see. Um. Yeah. We can see, and we can also set down some of this gold, which would be good.
All right.
I mean, luckily we have Lucky and Scully, so
That's true.
they can guard it. They, I mean, that's what they used to do, right?
That's true. Hello.
Hey.
There's still a distinct jingling coming from your back, Rita.
Yeah, I'm not
So
gonna pay her
everyone,
right now.
like,
I'm not gonna show the entire room that I
everyone
have a
like
bag
turns and
full of
looks at you
coins.
like, what is going on?
We're just gonna act as
Okay.
casual and normal as
Uh-huh.
possible.
Yeah, so you return to the room. Skelly and Lucky have started playing cards. But other than that, everything seems the same. Lucky turns to you and says, "Oh, you weren't gone for very long. Oh, seems you brought something back."
Yeah.
Yeah, money.
Oh, for gambling. Wonderful. Give it here.
For later, for later. We do need it for
No.
gambling for later, potentially, and that's where you guys will help us,
Oh, did you
probably.
discover where the gambling is?
Not yet. We're
No.
still working on it. But in the meantime, we're gonna take some of this gold with us so we can get some things done, and then we're gonna leave the rest. Is that chest for us to use? Like, is it like a safety deposit, or like a safe in a hotel room?
Uh, Lucky opens it. There's a lock on the nightstand. Lucky opens it. It's empty.
Oh, great. Okay, so we're gonna set this here, most of it, and you two, your responsibility. Oh my gosh, sorry. Your responsibility is to take care of this,
Yeah.
while we do some other stuff and find out where the gambling is. Because
Wonderful.
if
We will not gamble with it yet.
you better not, because if you do, then you're gonna lose out on some of the best gambling in this place. So,
I will not. I swear.
Lucky, can you make sure that he won't?
I will guard the gold with all of my bones.
Oh, that's nice.
Did you
Okay,
bring back
thanks.
any chicken bones?
Not yet. People were looking at us a lot because of the
Yeah.
coins. So will. Yeah. Has Awen come back by any chance? I know we weren't gone for very long, but
No.
well, it was worth asking.
The sack is now in. Did you
Yeah.
drop it, Rita, or did you just?
How do you drop?
So I think it's X.
X.
There we go.
How much do we take with us?
Got it.
How much should we take? I think like 100 each. Is
Yeah.
that too much?
No, I think that's good. We spent about what 55 today, so
Yeah,
about 100
something
would
like
be
that.
good.
Okay. 100 each.
All right, so we'll say this is bag of, let's see, 10,000 minus 200. What's that? 9,800. 9,800 gold. All right, that's what that bag is now.
Nice.
I'm a little nervous that maybe 10,000 won't be enough gold to gamble with, since you need 20,000 just to open up that guild thing.
We'll just have to be very good at gambling,
Yeah, I guess so.
and that's when we've got our good friends to come in handy.
Yep, that's true. Oh, and Duncan, I don't know if you noticed, but I was trying to that guy, Sheffield, he was weird, right? Like he was like, "Oh, it doesn't matter if you're not elves as long as you have money." So, that's why I asked if he was a noble, cuz maybe if he cares about money that much, if we
He
find him
knows about the
somewhere else.
gambling.
That's what I'm thinking, right?
Oh, that's smart.
And like maybe he'll help us get in, and he knows that we have money. So we don't even have to prove that we have money.
That's true. Maybe he can vouch for us.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Would you say he's melancholy?
No. I think the guy with the sister was though.
Oh, melancholy. Okay.
Yeah. That's a good question, Duncan.
Yeah.
All right.
Hello.
Hi. I have the 1 gold.
Oh, thank you. I was not expecting that so soon. How very gracious of you. Are the two of you enjoying your stay?
So far so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did. You did mention that if we needed anything to ask you. Do you have like a laundry service at all?
Oh, certainly. You can leave any clothes you wish to be washed, out in the pot by your room, and they will be cleaned.
Oh, great. Thanks. Is that like an additional charge or?
Oh, yes, for each pot that we clean for you, that'll be 2 gold.
2 gold.
2 gold.
That is so much.
Well, we have excellent cleaning services, and, it is a full pot we're talking about. If you were to give us, a half of a pot to clean, that would be 1 gold.
Okay, thanks. Jeez, that is so expensive. Might be
Grayson,
cheaper
let's
just to
just
buy new clothes.
let's just give her the money. That's okay. Here you go. Here's 2 gold. We're gonna have a pot. We're gonna have a pot of laundry.
Very well, thank you. And she looks kind of crestfallen by this, suggestion that her business is unfair.
Okay. I gave 2 gold. All right.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Jesus.
Um,
Not the fatal flaw becoming clear.
2 gold.
2 gold. I beg your pardon.
That's some Suska energy right there.
That really is.
Two
Oh gosh.
whole gold. Okay.
Oh gosh.
Oh, you just have to walk down again, Rita. You're just in the.
Yeah,
You're within the building.
yeah. Oh gosh. That was definitely the player coming forward instead of the character.
2 gold.
Don't you know we need money to gamble?
I mean, it kind of makes sense because in the beginning of the campaign, Duncan was always throwing his money around anyways.
true.
So
Yeah, that's true. Oh gosh. I just went
Um,
from having 15 gold for basically the entire campaign to carrying 100.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh. Okay. What were we gonna do? Neck? I
oh, we were gonna
forgot.
talk to the potion person.
Oh, right. Yes, yes, yes. We should go do that. Oh, and then you should go see that one guy about an outfit, even though he was kind of rude. But
Oh,
hey.
do I see him tomorrow? I think he said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. Unless, yeah, I think it's tomorrow. Okay. Hello.
Hey.
So yeah, this is Tabaxi. Albert, as the woman across the lake called him, he looks at the two of you and says, "Hello.
Uh,
Hi.
hey.
Would you like potion?"
Um, what kind of potions do you have?
And he points at his sign that he has over here that lists all the potions. If you should be able to examine it or whatever and see.
Potion of
Oh,
healing, potion of greater healing, filter of love, potion of fire breath.
And he says, "Oh, some potions are temporary additions. Some I make daily, such as potions of healing. The potion of fire breath is a daily. I mean, I brewed that last night, and I won't have it again tomorrow. So if you would like it, now's the time."
Um,
what does animal friendship do?
Oh, it allows you to cast the spell Animal Friendship. I think that's what it does.
Oh,
Uh, uh, when you drink this potion, you can cast the Animal Friendship spell for 1 hour at will.
animal friendship. Convince a beast that you mean it no harm. Choose a beast that you can see within range. I want that.
Very well. Good choice. And he hands you a vial of liquid, and you notice the liquid has some bird feathers in it.
Ooh. What's it called again? Let me see. Oh, my bad. Ignore that. Ooh. Potion of animal friendship. Okay, 75 gold. No, I'm not gonna penny pinch right now. Okay, here you go. 75 gold.
Thank you. And then he kind of looks the two of you over and says, "Are the two of you explorers?
uh,
Adventurers?"
yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah.
We've traveled from the Isle of Wands through the Kingdom of Swords, and now we're here.
He says, "Oh, people often come to me with quests or tasks that they would like done by people such as yourselves. Would you be interested in being added to my list of mercenaries who I reach out to?
Yeah.
It's a
That would
good
be
way
really
to
helpful, actually.
earn some extra cash during your stay. I know things are quite expensive here compared to the rest of Terra."
Yeah, they really are. It's a bit shocking. Um, that would be incredibly helpful. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind. Did we introduce ourselves to you yet? We heard that your name was Albert.
Yes, I am Albert. What are your names and where are you staying?
Um, my name is Cressa Rivera, and he's Naknad.
Knack
We,
nut.
yeah, we're staying at the Rainy Days Inn right now.
Hmm.
And he writes that down and says, "Wonderful. Do you two have any special talents?
Yes.
Mhm.
May I ask what they are?"
Oh, oh,
Yes.
right, right, right. Well, he's an excellent ranger. Very,
It's true.
very good.
So, would you be interested in doing any tasks out in the historic district?
Ooh,
Or
Um,
is that perhaps too dangerous for one as young as yourself?
no, no such
no,
thing.
no, trust me. Um, no,
You are aware of Gorin's Bane?
heard of it.
Wonderful,
Not
then.
actually. Could you explain it a little bit?
Yeah.
Gorin's Bane is a plant that is still infested most of the historical district, past
Oh, we
just
did hear about this.
the areas where tourists are allowed to view the ruins of the old temples and such. But beyond
Oh.
that, no one may go without specialized equipment, and there are very few rangers these days who are willing to go into places where Gorin's Bane has infected the land. But if you were one of them, that could be of great use to some citizens here.
I mean, I got swallowed by a worm once, so I think I'm probably ready.
Yeah.
Do you know how to create the antidote for Gorin's Bane then?
Nope.
No.
Oh, in that case, I would not recommend.
Do you want to teach us? I mean, you look like you know how to brew potions.
Yeah.
I myself do not brew that potion. I leave that to as I said, the rangers who do venture out. It's too expensive for me to brew myself. It would not be cost effective.
Uh,
But you know how.
Oh, certainly I know the basic ingredients and the.
well, if you teach us, we can definitely. Even if you just write down a recipe.
Oh, well, I'm afraid I would have to charge you.
No, that's fair.
But I mean, we are travelers who are coming here and want to help a new land to us. It's kind of us doing a favor. It'd be really nice if the locals wanted to help us too.
I
Maybe
should.
just give us a recipe.
I should. I should warn you. Give me a persuasion, Duncan.
Come
I
on,
should
come on, come on, come on. That's
warn you
funny.
that
That's funny. You got
un-
this.
It's
unless
okay.
you 12? Okay.
Yeah.
He says, unless you are experienced potion makers, it's very unlikely you will be able to successfully brew this particular uh, recipe.
Hmm.
You can tell if we're gonna go into the historical district. We're clearly risky people, so we'll figure it out.
I have met many, such as yourself, who have ended up going to the historical district and simply never returning, I'm afraid.
Well, have you seen a black cat anywhere?
He blinks at you.
No, like a pet,
Look, a
not
pet.
not a tabaxi.
Oh.
Yeah, a
Uh,
black cat with white paws.
no, the elven lords here do not like strays, so we do not allow there to be cats roaming about.
Well, I have news for you. There is one.
Is
If
that
you
so?
have, if you happen to see it, could you send word to us, Cressa and Naknad?
Oh,
in
you're referring to the restaurateur's missing cat.
Yeah, we're trying to
Omar.
help him.
Yes,
Yeah.
he has already given me that quest to give to every ranger that I know of in the area. And
He's very determined.
well, if the two of you are determined to go into the historical district for some reason, given your level of experience with this whole situation, I must recommend for your own safety that you seek out the help of one of the experienced rangers who is already here.
Would
Probably
one of them
smart.
probably know how to do the potion thing as well?
Yes, the most reliable for that sort of work would be Ranger J. He can usually be found at Lathander's Drop in the historic district. Just ask for him at the bar. And do not tell him it was I who sent you.
Okay.
Okay. Um, great.
Please do
Thank
not
you.
die in the historic district. I hope I have not done you young folks a disservice.
Well, we might without that recipe, but I guess it was just what needed to be.
How much
Oh,
would you charge us for that recipe, just so I know?
well, I would say it wouldn't be ethical for me to give it to you at this point, I'm afraid.
Because you don't trust our strength?
Because I do not trust your potion making abilities.
Right. Well, but like,
But
how
she
much would
recommended
you charge
Ranger
just so we
J.
know?
Ranger J is the inventor of the recipe. He knows it well.
Oh,
Well, you're sure telling us a lot. You're not really, warding us away from this adventure. Actually, you've given us all the information we need to do this.
yeah.
He says, well, as long as you were traveling with Ranger J, I think you would be safe. But I thought you wanted to go as your own on mercenaries. You're right, I've said far too much, and he closes his mouth.
Wait, Albert, do think that you should mark us down as mercenaries, though. We're very capable. He's a very capable ranger. I'm a very
True.
capable fighter. So, if you do need anything, let us know, and we will find Ranger J. I mean, is there a task that we can do with Ranger J?
Perhaps if he needs assistance with something, I have not seen him in some time, to be honest. I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, hopefully he can either teach us or, aid us in
Was there
helping out
something
with
that the
our
two of you
district.
came here to do?
We just came to see the sights. There's
Yeah.
certain parties that we're interested in meeting, but that's about the extent of it.
Such as.
Well, Lady Safiel, we have a meeting with her. That's pretty exciting. And
Oh, well, perhaps she will ask you to go into the historic district. Lady Safiel has been trying to get her hands on a sample of Gorin's Bane for many years now. And then he suddenly, puts his paw over his mouth, like, why the fuck did I just tell them that?
she needs a sample of Gorin's
That's very
Bane.
useful. That's actually extremely useful.
No, you must not. You must not ever tell her that I said that. You must not ever tell Ranger J that you ever spoke to me. You must not.
Oh, there's all kinds of things that I feel like we have to say. Thank you so much for convincing us to go into the historical district without the recipe for the potion. I really
No.
appreciate all of your help.
No, you mustn't.
I'll make sure that Safiel knows we spoke with you and that you
Oh
didn't
my
provide
God.
the recipe.
He's a wild lad. He's a wild, wild boy.
And he just says, oh, just if you are going to go to that horrible place, just promise me you will speak to Ranger J first. Do not go without his help.
Yeah, obviously. Question. A little weird to ask. Any chance you've ever heard about any gambling in town? I heard rumors.
His eyes narrow and he says, oh, now I understand.
What?
You are attempting to gain access to the Undercity.
The Undercity.
The what?
We're trying
Oh
to find
dear,
a man.
it seems I've said too much!
Well,
Albert, you are
Albert,
such a
I'm
good
gonna be
person.
honest.
I appreciate you.
You think so? You think he is? Because I think that if he were to give the recipe for this potion, it would
I
really
think-
seal the deal on that plane.
Okay. Albert
I think
says,
so too.
Albert says, well, that has cemented all then. If your wish is to, and he puts air quotes up, gamble during your time in the Bay of Cups, your only way to do that, to access that, will be certainly through Ranger J. So my advice remains the same. Unless
Oh,
the
he
two of
Ranger
you
J knows
happen,
about
unless the two of you happen to have 40,000 gold.
Oh God.
We do.
Yep, we definitely do. Look, don't look at us like we're degenerate gamblers. We're just trying to find a person.
Well, it sounds like the person you need is Ranger J, so I would recommend a stop at Lathander's Drop.
Lathander's Drop. Okay.
Tell him you sent us. Thank you, Albert.
Do not! He
Thank
already
you, Albert.
hates me!
And I really do think about what you would sell the thing for us for.
And he just puts his hands, he just puts his face in his paws.
Okay. Well.
Albert, you should really put your recipe where your mouth is. You've said so much but done so little.
He curls up behind the bar and disappears.
Oh, I made him
He
sad.
won't. He
Okay,
won't
we should
talk to
go.
you
Made him
anymore.
We
sad.
should go. I made him sad.
Yeah. Hey, I will say it does sound like if the cat would be anywhere, it might be in Gorin's Bane.
Probably.
Like, like if nobody's been able to find it, a cat running off to a wild infestation doesn't sound crazy to me.
No, they're curious.
Yeah. Albert was really funny. But yeah, he could have been more helpful. I think you're right.
Yeah, I see him peering at us from behind the desk.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
he's really watching us.
Those eyes are so big. I kind of want to, yeah,
Yeah, he's kind of cute.
yeah,
Let's go. Oh, did you want to eat?
yeah. Let's do it.
Food. Hello.
Hello there, you two. I've seen you scrambling all over the city center here. You've been to every district except the historic, haven't you?
Oh, we're headed there next.
Yeah,
Oh, my goodness. Well, you better eat up. They don't have anything good at Lathander's Drop, though don't tell them I said so.
we won't.
What can I get for you?
Well, first your name. Hi, I'm Cressa. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Elvisy. And this is my girl, Imogen.
Aw, cute.
Hello.
Hi. Well, what do you serve? We're new to town, as you could probably tell.
We've got a
considering you were
mushroom,
watching us.
potato, and beef stew. We've got bread. We got fresh vegetables. We got some apples right off the tree down in the Temple District behind Selene's place. We've got juice, water. What are you hungry for?
I want stew and bread and juice.
Yeah,
All
that sounds
right.
great to me.
Coming right up. And they get to work on that. She says, that'll just be 6 silver each.
Oh, easy. Okay.
I don't know how to break this
The
gold
exchange.
down. And
Yeah.
here's a gold from both of ours, and
I think gold is 10 silver, right?
here's 2
A
gold
gold
for
is-
both of ours.
Yeah.
Oh, so generous.
Oh.
We love to get generous travelers. Thank you so much. Wait, so you wanted bread, soup, and what was the other thing?
Juice.
Juice. Okay. Yeah, so she brings you all that stuff. You guys can sit down and eat.
Okay. I'm just gonna convert some gold into silver in my inventory right now, just so we have.
Oh,
Oh,
good
I gave
idea.
2 for both of us.
Yeah, I know, but just so we have that in the future.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, we can say that the bag had some silver in it. It wasn't just gold.
Okay.
So you guys can, and some copper. So if you ever need whatever. Okay, so you guys munch.
Munch.
And it
Munch.
grows even later. As you're eating, the shipmate is still there, just cracking jokes with these two. She kind of gives you that nod, but again doesn't really acknowledge you because she knows who you are.
Yeah.
As you are eating, a royal guard comes down. Actually, like a whole procession of guards come down from the royal district above the lake
Wow.
with much fanfare. And everyone seems to know that since they appeared, that means there's some kind of announcement from the palace, so everyone gets quiet. And the front guard says, an official royal proclamation from His Majesty Tassar to his people here at the gracious, beautiful Bay of Cups. We have been visited by King Tarul tonight, and a most joyous occasion has been agreed upon. The king will be married in 1 week's time to the most esteemed noble Orim of the Feywilds. And everyone in the square just like immediately like the talking starts, right? People are stunned by this news. People are gathering in little groups to discuss like quietly with each other. The uh, Elvisy and Imogen like get in a huddle and they're like talking over by the food. Um, no, 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 not the rug. Leandra, the woman who was on the ship with you guys, looks like shocked and runs
Yeah.
to the temple district, probably to go convene with her family, who you know is over there.
Yeah.
She runs off. Uh, and yeah, it's just a hustle and a bustle. And so the royal guard continues and says, "Wedding preparations will begin immediately. Please prepare for the Highness to be wed in the square in 1 week's time. Thank you. Have a good evening." And they march back to the palace.
Goodness.
Rita very unladylike just downs the rest of her food and sort of gestures at Nuknad to do the same.
I dip my bread into my stew and take it with me. The bread.
Okay, great.
Okay, that is not good.
Wait, why? Who is that? Who's Orem?
Wait, do I know who Orm is?
Nope, neither of you have ever heard of that person.
I don't know, but I think we need to go talk to somebody who does. It looks like. Okay, if we go back to the Selene temple, maybe we can find some sort of excuse to talk to Gideon.
Oh, yeah.
Or Leanne.
You're smart. Yeah.
But-
Because she ran off. She might know something.
Ran off. She should know something. And also, I think maybe Riley made a deal for Gore. That
Oh dear. Yeah.
doesn't sound like something he would have wanted.
Alright, so you guys return to the temple district.
Mhm.
There are still a lot of people there, but now they are all talking about this engagement.
Oh God.
It's even louder than it was when they were waiting for Selene's announcement. This has caused quite the stir. Everyone is talking. Some people sound excited.
me.
Some people are just confused. It's a
Me.
mess.
Excuse me.
Oof, okay.
Oh gosh.
So yeah, you re-enter the Selene temple and you see the crewmates are still there, and they've now been joined by, if it'll load for me, they've now been joined by their, oops, where are my important NPCs? Their youngest sister, Leandra, and they are, oops, good God. They're in like a huddle in the corner, talking. Over here. Where did you guys get off
Okay.
to? Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
They see the two of you
Hey.
approach.
Hi, excuse us. You don't know us. My name is Cressa Rivera, and this is
Naknud.
Nud. Hi. I happened to notice that you ran off earlier. Is everything okay? It's doing her best to like hint at like, please
Right.
give us some context.
So yeah, the atmosphere of the temple has changed a lot too because the news spread extremely fast. Everyone's heard, everyone's gossiping. The harp player has stopped playing the harp to gossip. Everyone is just discussing this this
Okay.
intriguing news. Gideon turns to you and said, "Oh, well, then you heard about what's going on."
Yep, we heard the announcement.
Well, it seems that His Majesty is finally engaged. I mean, it's not really that surprising. He is 20, which is a normal age for a monarch to marry.
Right?
We were not. I mean, I don't want to act as if any of us know His Majesty that well, but from what I know of him, I was not expecting him to marry an Eladrin, and I think that is what's caused most of the stir. Um, Especially not Lord Orem. Um, but I guess. Forgive me, the two of you have no idea what we're talking about. Um,
No.
No.
Lord
If
Orem. Yes, what was that, Rita? I mean, yeah, what was that?
uh no, I was just going to say, yep. We don't really know a whole lot of the lords here. We're from the Isle of Wands. Never heard of this Orem. I was just
Mm-mm.
curious. If we could hear some more from you.
Uh, Lord Orem is an Eladrin, an elf of the Feywilds. You may or may not know.
Yeah.
Um, he is very. Perhaps it's rude to call him very old. He's, I don't know, at least 5 centuries, I believe. And he has been the right hand man of Tassar, Kor's uncle, um, since
Oh.
Tassar became cleric, the high cleric of Terith. Lord Orem is also the brother of Tassar's current wife, Rhaenyra, who's also obviously Eladrin. And I, I mean, it was suspected that Taro would probably settle down with an elf. I think some people thought it would be Safiel, though for anyone who
Yeah.
knows him, that seemed unlikely. But for him to be engaged to Orem and so suddenly, and for their wedding to be so soon, I'm at a complete loss. Do either of you have any idea what might have happened?
I,
Mm.
can I check to see if anybody's listening
Yeah,
to
go for
us?
it.
Perception?
Sure.
21.
Nope, they're too busy with their own gossip. Everyone is so like it's like that moment celebrity gossip hits, right? Everyone has their opinions. Everyone has their like,
Yeah.
oh, I knew it, or like, oh, I right. So no, everyone is totally
Yeah.
engrossed in their own stuff.
Okay. So I know he has like an ex-boyfriend or something that he was kind of nervous about seeing. I don't know anything about this Orem guy, but it doesn't sound like this is something he wants. We also heard some rumors that I don't know how much you all know about Core, and I don't want to reveal his secrets, but it sounds like one of his secrets was revealed shortly after they arrived, and I
Oh,
think
does the
this might.
prince have secrets?
Uh,
Hmm.
And as you say that there's kind of a shift as that revelation comes out because before this it was like, yeah, we all kind of know the king and the prince. We serve them, right? So like we're a little more on the in about this than other people are. But as you say that, it's like suddenly there's a divide in the group as it's like, oh,
correct.
you two know more than we do. Also you mentioning the ex-boyfriend, they're all kind of like, what?
Shit! I'm
So
saying too much.
yeah,
Oh no!
it's not like a big like stir, but there's kind of like a like, oh, we're not like we thought it was like, oh, we should help these newcomers out because they don't know what's going on, but suddenly it's like, oh no, we're the outsiders. These two know what's going on. Um, and Gideon says, uh, and what secret was that?
Uh, I hate to be direct right now because I think you're really cool. But it's none of your business, and frankly, I don't think it should be anybody's business. And unfortunately, it seems like somebody has made it their business, and is probably, my guess, is leveraging this against the king.
Did you say that His Majesty has an ex-boyfriend?
I thought you guys were closer than that. I see that I was wrong now. Um, you didn't hear that at all, please. I
Uh,
technically shouldn't even know that.
and
So
Leandra, who is speaking up for the first time, kind of giggles and says, "We only started working for His Majesty a couple of years ago. I had no idea he was this interesting."
he's a cool guy. He's. I mean,
All of this is speculation. We don't really know anything. We might be
yeah.
wrong.
And Leandra
I might be
says,
wrong about everything.
Leandra says, "Oh, well, if or she's like clearly getting really into this like celebrity gossip narrative. She's like, if Orem is his ex lover, then maybe
I don't
this is
think we.
good, and maybe this is like a rekindling of that love.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, we don't know.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if you had to place a bet on this, I think I would not bet on that.
Yeah, I don't think I'd bet on that either. I just crap.
And Hilda, the captain, speaks up and says, "It is not for us to wonder at His Majesty's past or his decisions now. We are only here to serve His Majesty as a safe and capable crew aboard his ship. We should stop this at once."
You're right. I'm sorry I shouldn't have spoken any of this. I was just hoping you all would know a little bit more than we did. Um,
Now, clearly we know less.
I mean, we didn't know anything about Lord Orem, so
He's just some fancy guy from the Feywilds. I mean,
Well,
okay. Do you happen to know anybody who works at the palace?
no, we've actually never spent time in the Bay of Cups before.
Hmm. It seems very. I mean, obviously it's a palace, so it should be secure, but it seems
but
incredibly
it's
closed in comparison to. I mean, King Tyrell's the Isle of Wands. It was very different.
Yes, I'm getting that sense as well. It is very different here.
I think we should somehow get a meeting with the um, head priest guy.
Yeah, we should try to figure out some way to do that. Okay, you have a meeting with Safiel tomorrow, right?
Yes, and some clothes.
And some clothes. Okay, so we'll do that. Um, we need to gather more money. Apparently, 40,000 gold, which is insane. Um, but we have a week. We have to do everything that we need to do within a week.
Um, Prasa, I want to ask the skeletons to teach me how to gamble.
That's a great point. Okay, yeah. We should definitely work on that.
Just in case they don't let them in, one of us, or maybe both of us, should know some, or maybe even two different types of gambling, or we know how to wink at each other and help each other so that one of us wins big, you know? Because
Yeah,
that might be the way we get our money up to 40,000 or whatever.
yeah. Skelly does seem like he would be a cheater. Um,
Yeah.
they were teaching me how to gamble, sort of, and they were sort of teaching me how to gamble at wait, briefly.
Cressa,
Yes,
I have an idea.
tell me.
What if I convince the nobles once we get in, or all around before we get in. I
Mhm.
convince people to play Duncan's game. You know, that game that I made up about that character, that person named Duncan, you know, where it's about you draw cards and whoever has the highest card.
Yes,
But
Duncan's game.
I don't know who you are, and you always have a very high card on you. And then you always happen to win.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh. Um. I think you. Duncan sees on Rita's face a bit of like, that's really dishonest. I don't know how I feel about it, but also we need to be dishonest, so probably we should be dishonest, and I could probably do it. Um. Yeah, I think you're right. I'm sorry. I've just been enjoying today so much. JD, you are going so hard into chaos.
Naknod is really going to allow Duncan to do some crazy business.
Such a good avatar for him.
That'd be cool. We just have to get 2 decks of cards.
Yeah, easy, right? Okay, there's shops and stuff. Okay, it was lovely speaking to you ladies for the first time ever in our lives. Please
Thank
keep
you.
what we said private. Bye.
Yes. Be safe.
Thank you, you too. Oh, gosh. Do you think Riley's gonna be mad that I said those things? I didn't.
I don't even know. We've said so many things today.
Ugh. I had no idea that they didn't that they weren't. I thought they were like friends too. I don't know why I thought that. I think it was just because I want to be friends with them. 'Cause
You
they're
know,
so cool.
Riley's probably busy. He's probably not going to hear about this.
Yeah. I don't think I mean based
Oh,
off of like the time we've spent with him, I don't think he would want to get married.
yeah.
So yeah, by the time you guys get out, the temple district is cleared out quite a bit.
Oh damn.
People have gone to gossip other places, obviously. And you know, Safiel's announcement is long over, so they finally made their way back to the city. Yeah, so you guys can. It is getting quite late. You guys are probably tired. Um,
Wait, before we go from this area,
mhm.
what is this temple? Which one has the least? Probably Kronos.
Yeah.
I want to leave my goblet here at
Aw.
Kronos.
Okay, great. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay,
There you go.
there.
Put it, put it there. There we go. Nice.
Lots to do tomorrow.
Busy day.
Yeah. Okay. A week from today. Do you think it's a week from today or a week from tomorrow?
I think they said a week from now, so probably a week from today.
Gosh. So that means we really only have
Oh,
6
did I
days.
just pick something up? No, I didn't. Okay.
Should I just fix? You guys are just wandering around accidentally stealing everything.
Yeah. These new personas are really
Yeah, really
making us.
handsy.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, back already. I guess it is getting to
Mm,
that time when people wish to sleep.
Yeah. Also, I'm
yeah.
sorry that I reacted so strongly to your prices. It sounds like they're fair given this region. It's just a little outside the budget that I had imagined.
Oh, of course. You could not offend me. I just hope you find your stay here agreeable.
Oh, it really is. Thank you for your help.
Thank you.
And you notice that in here too, people are talking about the marriage. It's all
Mhm.
just, it's everywhere.
Can we listen in?
Sure, yeah. Come down here. Who do you want to listen to?
I just want to hear what people are saying about
Okay.
Lord Oram specifically.
So
Or
yeah,
or Tassar, if anybody's mentioning Tassar.
yeah. So this man, Ostad, sitting at the table, they're having a conversation. Give me a perception.
I'll roll 2 for the people I'm near.
Okay, great.
22.
22.
Oh
Okay,
my
Rita.
freaking god.
What did you? Oh my god.
A nat
Oh,
1
I don't
plus
know
3.
why I rolled it twice. I'm sorry. It was
No,
just
you're
22.
good. So Rita, you hear these two speaking, and one says to the other, "I suppose Tassar has aims to end the half-human side once and for all." And his companion replies, "Yes, well, there have always been rumors that His Majesty is one to marry of his own sex, so perhaps it was wanted." And the other guy says, "It is unquestionably a power move by his uncle to end his line. You will never convince me otherwise." And the other one says, "Well, it is not for us to accuse our leader of such an act. I'm sure he loves his nephews." And at that, his companion just like laughs gutturally, like, what a ridiculous thing to say. Um,
Are they elven or human?
these two are dwarves.
They're dwarves.
Mhm.
Okay.
Duncan, you cannot hear anything over that woman's lute playing.
Right.
It seems like they're gossiping, but you cannot hear it.
Hmm. Okay. I signal at Naknud to come with me real quick so I can say some what I've been hearing.
Yeah.
So those two over there, those dwarves, they were they they seem to be thinking the same thing we're thinking, which is that this is a power move. Well, one of them seems to be thinking that. The other one's being very forgiving, but one of them says that he thinks that Tassar is probably doing this to ensure that the half-human lineage of the king and Kor ends with them, which is not cool.
Well, we're gonna have to. I don't know what we're gonna be able to do, but we're gonna have to try. I feel like talking to. I feel like I'm gonna with the temple and Safiel. I'm gonna try to see how I can make that work for this as well. Try my best.
Yeah. So here's what I'm thinking. Um, we have a Hail Mary. I know that he wanted us to. I know that the king wanted us to wander around and gather information for him and stuff, but I think we have the benefit of if we can't find a way into the palace before the wedding, we can always stop saying we're Cressa and Naknud. Sorry.
And say who we are. That we fought Philip.
Mm-hmm. And that we're friends of the royal family, so we should be at the wedding.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't. I was ready to crash one wedding already and ruin it and take Thistle away and all that. It didn't have to come to that, obviously, which is good, but maybe that's the plan for this too.
Wow. It really seems like you can't be a noble without having a really bad wedding.
Really, though, it's just, gosh, it's nothing but bad weddings left and right.
Well. So for now, we have to practice gambling,
Practice gambling.
and I have to start thinking about what my performance will be so that I can convince Afiel to build the temple for Aegis.
Yeah, and then go to find Ranger J.
Ranger J.
Find
Cat.
Ranger J. Yep. Get some Gornsbane for Safiel. Also,
Gornsbane.
look for the cat in
Oh.
in the
Oh.
Gorns Bay, and learn from Ranger J that potion. I guess we have a lot to do, and only 6 days.
I feel like
So-
we should somehow get backup of that antidote just in case we come across somebody who's poisoned by it.
That's a really good point. But I mean, you're really clever and capable. If we can convince Ranger J to teach you, I think it shouldn't be too difficult for you, right?
No, and also, this is me speaking. My medicine is the highest skill I have. It's +5,
Holy shit!
and I've just
Hell yeah!
never invested my character into that, or never just
Right.
jumped at an opportunity to do that. So I feel like now
Yeah.
Duncan can probably, whenever we get
Put
there,
that to
if we get
use.
there, maybe put that to use. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. That's a good
That's
point.
really smart.
I just forgot about that until literally right now. Or
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
No, because I was thinking something similar. Because when Albert was just like, unless one of you is capable with potions, and I was like, no, I took up navigation tools instead and leatherworking tools. I didn't think I needed alchemy. Jesus.
Mm,
Oh gosh, so it's so good that you have medicine. That is so good. Okay.
yes.
Damn, we have a lot. Frick. Jamie, you're really putting us against the ringer here.
Ooh, yeah.
I know so many quests got introduced at once.
Yeah.
Also, Cressa, this is what Naklet is saying.
Hmm.
I still haven't used my potion of invisibility that I
Oh,
got.
Yeah, and I haven't used mine either. We still have that to try to sneak into the.
So we have some options,
Okay. We
and
also
of course
need
I
to-
have. Oh yeah.
I can't believe we need 40,000 gold. 40,000 gold is so much. 10,000 was a lot. It was even a lot for the king.
Well, if we're taking money from bad people, and if we know that they're bad people, maybe they're not bad, and then we can just try and
Well, we know
win
that
it.
Thistle's dad is. He's a bad guy.
That's true. And he ran away with a lot of money.
And that Sheffield guy wasn't really cool. I mean, we can
No.
use him, but he didn't seem like a good guy either.
No, he didn't.
But yeah, you're right. Maybe we'll find some good people who just happen to really like gambling.
Yeah.
And if not, we can. I mean, we're not planning on staying here longer than a week, I imagine.
Mm-mm.
So,
Yeah.
All right, things are winding down. People are going to bed. It's getting actually late. What would you guys like to do?
I think Cressa / Rita is just gonna set out her clothes in a
Mhm.
pot. Encourage Duncan to do the same and go to bed, I guess.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and probably write one last letter before bed.
Well, if you go to your room, you'll see that Awen is there.
Oh my gosh, he wins!
Ooh.
And she gives you a tiny square of paper. You unfold it and see in Riley's handwriting. It just says, "Thank you, all is well."
A liar! Oh my gosh!
Not the perception check on a piece of paper.
He's clearly lying!
Is he?
Can I insight check the paper?
Yeah, I mean, you could look at his handwriting. You could.
I did an
Roll.
investigation.
Okay, on the piece of paper. Okay. Duncan, as far as you can tell, that is authentic. It looks just like Riley's handwriting. Awen looks unharmed. She looks fine, unruffled. Yeah, Duncan, as far as you can tell, 100% authentic note from Riley.
Mm.
Teen insight.
What was that? 15? Okay.
Yeah.
I guess, Rita, the only thing you might notice on an insight is that the handwriting is more formal than you've seen in previous letters from him. But that could just be, he's in the royal palace.
No, it's because he's lying. I.
Yeah.
Why does he keep doing this? He just
I-
always wants to solve everything
Would
by
you
himself.
care to clue us in? We heard quite the bustle and hustle down there. What is going on?
Well,
The king has become engaged and will be married by the end of the week.
Oh, how wonderful! Weddings are very fun parties, and may the king be happy. He seemed like kind of a lonely guy.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think this will make him happy, though.
mm-mm.
What makes you
Fine.
say that?
We're friends, and I can tell.
Skelly kind of gives a look to Lucky that's like, okay. Like he doesn't
We
say
are
anything, but there's
friends!
a little bit of like, she is really upset about this. And Lucky says,
I
and
mean,
kind of,
don't you agree with me, right? Like he just it's like first the whole thing where he had been like in wait, he had been like, oh no, core, and I can't go to man, maybe he was right. Maybe they should have come. Now I feel guilty. But like, he was all like, "You can't go. We can't go." And then he was like, "No, okay, we will go. We will go, and it'll be fine." And then at the on the boat, he was just like, "Psych, we're not going with you all the way to the Valley of Coin, just to the Bay of Cubs." Haha. And because he's worried all the time about everything and thinks he has to solve it by being dumb, just being dumb.
Lucky
It's
says, "Oh,
annoying.
Miss Voss, uh, I completely understand your concerns for your friend, but you know, if he agreed to this, he is the king. He doesn't have to agree to things he doesn't wish to do. Perhaps he truly does care for his fiancée. How would
See,
we know?"
if this would have been, if this would have been the day that we left the mines, I would agree with you. But I mean,
We
how
never
can
heard about
you
this
know?
person. Yeah, we never heard about this person. All of a sudden, they're getting married.
Yeah, it's weird,
Well, but
and it's
doesn't
also,
most of his family and many of his oldest acquaintances reside here? I mean, it could be someone from his past, could it not?
I mean, maybe, but I
Does not
asked
his
him
note
before what.
indicate that all is well?
I don't trust it.
I don't either. I don't think he wants to get married.
This is the way of royal families, Miss Foss.
Yeah, well, it's stupid and not fair, and I think he's doing it to try to save Core, which we can save Core. We can sneak into the palace. We can kidnap Core. Fuck, it sounds so bad.
I
when I
don't
say it out loud.
understand. I don't understand the problem here. He is the king. He was going to get married to some noble eventually. This is.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's a shame if he'll be too busy to come gambling with us because he's preparing for a wedding, but the king really
Yeah.
probably shouldn't be gambling, so it's fine, really.
I don't think he's
I
gonna
didn't
be
think we
gambling.
intended to see them at all in the bay. I'm very confused. I've never seen you like this, Rita.
Listen, you two. Okay? We have our own worries. You have your own worries, and we'll stick to it. What we need from you two is to teach us how to gamble. Can you do that, or are you bad at gambling?
Yeah.
I am excellent at gambling.
Well, that remains to be
And
seen.
are you good at teaching people how to cheat at gambling? And I know that cheating is bad, but we might need that, and we don't know if you'll actually be. Well, I'm not going to say that, so it's fine. We need help learning to gamble better
That's
and
right.
to cheat at gambling, and you
That's
seem like the type who would know how to cheat at gambling. So don't even lie.
Yep.
The skeletons give each other another look, and Lucky says, "Oh dear, what has become of our young friends?" And
Alright.
Skelly says, Wonderful! I knew when we first crossed paths in those mines that the two of you would come around to reason. Excellent. On the morrow we shall begin your training.
Great. Thank you.
For now, I am going to sleep in this bag of gold.
Enjoy yourselves.
Gets into the
Enjoy
bag.
it.
Make sure none of those coins get lost in your eye sockets, okay?
Yeah.
Lucky says, I will stand guard by the door.
Apparently, we
Thank you,
need
Lucky.
every single coin. We're 200 short.
Yeah.
10,000, and we need 30,000 more. So
What do you need that amount of coin for?
apparently, that's what you need in order to get into the gambling place.
Oh, surely there's some kind of back entrance.
That's true, but I mean, we should try to get the money at least. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
What you two need is some good sleep.
Okay.
Thanks, Lucky.
It is
Thank you.
important for the living. If you
Yes.
would like, I could regale you with some tales of my times in the Bay of Cups as a bedtime story.
Yes, that will put me right to sleep. Thank you, Lucky.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so as the two of you were... Oh, did you want to do anything else, Rita?
Yeah, I did want to send out a letter.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Actually, I want to. Crap, I can't send out two. I'll just send out one. I want to send out a letter to Thistle.
Okay.
To let her know that we got to the Bay of Cups. That we are trying to figure out a way to get into that gambling place. But apparently, we need a lot of money to get in. So we might need to figure out another way. Also, P.S. Riley's being dumb. He's engaged to this guy named Orem, who is apparently best friends with his uncle. So that can't be good, and that definitely is not a choice he's making of his own free will, no matter what anybody's saying. And yeah, just thought you should know. So if you can get a hold of him and tell him he's being dumb, that would be great. And if not, I hope you're doing okay and that your ship is good. Did you want to say anything to Thistle, Duncan?
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah.
Duncan says hello.
Okay. Do you send that with Awen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'm ready for bed. Duncan, I'm sorry if I'm freaking out a bit. I'm just mad.
I think we're gonna handle this. Don't you worry.
Okay.
Knocknut and Cressa, combined
Yeah.
with the forces of Duncan and Rita, I don't think anybody can stop us.
Exactly. And once we learn how to gamble properly, just nothing can stop us.
And once I get my new outfit from I forget, it's gonna be
That's
amazing.
so cool. You're gonna look great.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So as you two are drifting off to bed, the skeleton tells you tales of how, the whole city used to be located in the historic district, which you have yet to visit. And just how there used to be glorious temples to Lathander, and you do fall asleep pretty quickly because he has a very soothing old man voice, so you drift off. And that is where we will end it for today.
Old man voice.
He's got the old man voice.
Jamie, the drama.
Oh, dude. I mean, yeah, it was fine. There could have been more, but it was good.
You withheld. Oh my god.
Oh,
Well, you guys
God.
didn't get into the palace. I was so sure you would try and get into the palace.
Well, I didn't think
But-
we should. Not yet.
No, you guys
Preparation.
made the right decision. I think it was good. Oh, all right.
Oh,
Well, thanks for
gosh.
playing, guys. Let's see. Let me stop
These
These maps are
recording.
seriously insane.
Oh, I'm glad you like them. Yeah, this is my video game now. I just sit and do level design.
Oh, y'all froze on me.
It's so